Turn up this year. We gon' get
Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium.
We gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We got the whole squad with me now. Train to go. Come play games if you want to. Try to crash eyes, you done took the wrong route. We gon' crash in you like a stunt dude. Check y'all like 1, 2. Tap your head like your uncle. You wanna ride, stay buckle. It get loud down here, get wild down here. Turn to feel the jungle. Never disrespect the squad that's defended by a line. And some beats on the feast on opposition. Another line in the back, singing to the ER. Just in case you got through the first line with tripping. But if for some reason it get crazy, I got watchers on the corner for my safety. Everybody here well coached. Change the weather under pressure, stay cool like an AC. Woo! But we still make heat. Woo! Was you trying to play me? We be 3 plus 8 deep, but I'm a fool so low. Can't nothing break me. Be great, only way to do great things. Hit hard, only way to make a statement. Come up in our territory, make a payment. Or be in debt with your neck, gotta play. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. I hit them boys. We throw them toys. That saying that QB. We them boys. We the realest. We go gorillas. We out here, homie. You gon' feel us. Don't make me come down. In that box. Like I'm red. I'll knock your socks. Won't play y'all boys. Cause we some bullies. We'll take your cookies. Cause y'all some rookies. I'm in the building. Me and Shot Jones. We do lane. We don't play zone. We play that man. So guard your hands. I see your eyes. You're scared, we man. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad.
Man, y'all been part of the buffet, boys. Shout out Solo D. Shout out to DWA. Let's eat.
Yo, Solo. You know they been saying you gotta make a hit squad part 2. But you know, man, we hungry this time, man. We gotta eat this time. Back in the beast mode. AFC was trying to rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder, time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. Any boys gone hard, man, I must say. Try to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the whole line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stay on one route like the busway. I say and not quote. Go hard or go home is the motto. A pick or a sack is the lotto. Let's cook them like Emerald Lagasso. My bad, Lagasse. He going south, that is not me. Hungry for greatness, so I eat. Stay in my zone like a Bobby. Jumping off the edge like E and Shaq. Straight pressure, never easing back. Protection on the way you gon' get wins. Split through the middle like Wilkins. Got some backers on the back that's gon' back me up. Straight action, we be acting up. Tell Coach Drop his best plan, but it still get snatched by X-Man. Cause we back in the beast mode. AFC was trying to rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder, time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. Any boys gone hard, man, I must say. Try to stay stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Eat that one round like a buffet.
Eating like a buffet, it be a long day. We ain't gon' play. Yeah, them boys green, no subway. Pick the ball off X and BJ. I don't care about what he and she say. That's nonsense. Check the replay. I work overnight and it's early morning, but I'm turned up cause it's game day. They don't really want it with your boy. O-line really get destroyed. Ex-Patriot, Cal Van Noy. Put him on his butt, hurt everyone. What's a grown man to a boy? Jam him at the line, dare you to throw it. Disciplined coach Brian Flores. Never getting rattled to the boys. Fans better pay attention, need the social distance. I got a witness and you know we blitzing, but mind your business. Christian Wilkins on the line of scrimmage. Far from timid, push it to the limit, rev the engine. You know we gotta get it, Nick Needle. You know we gonna pick it, Van Ginkle. Take it to the business. Fins up till my life is finished. Say it with my chest cause I'm in it. A lie, no why, I admit it. New era, yeah, our division. A win streak, we just keep on winning. So I lose, tell them suck a limit. Bills with the Jets in New England. Miami talk dogs where you hear me.
Back in the beast mode. AFC, we tryna rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder, time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. And these boys going hard, man, I must say. Try to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stay on one route like the busway.
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
I know the whole city rising. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter collar. Whole squad been trained to go. Phins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. My intuition told me this. To trust the coach, he holds the gift. He knowing when to go with Fitz. So we knowing when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been waiting, yeah, we been patient. Now it's time to cash out, no discount. Super Bowl, yeah, we en route. I don't know when, but it's close. I don't wanna overhype, but I just know I like it. So excited, you gon' notice now. You should notarize it. They say 2 or from that rock. Shout out to Samoa and Island. It's time to lay the smack down. You think you Dwayne Johnson? Time to be the people's champ. Hit them with the people's elbows. Stick together like it's Velcro. You think you could stop us? Hell no. All day I dream about sports. I think I need some Chateau custom with some Dolphins colors, just to let them know we here. Yeah. I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter collar. Whole squad been trained to go. Phins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
To a time, to a time. Really hope he the man. Hope we found us a gem. Like the Heat found Bam. Wanna take time to thank Fitz, cause he put on the show. But the young man up, in the whole city know. Time to catch all the blessings. Cash out on the investment. Ball out, don't choke. Phins want all the smoke. Chris Gregg gave hope. Coach flow like spoke. Dan Marino still a GOAT, but to a man on go. Watch to a man throw. Watch to a man scope. Watch to a man disrespect that we never ever seen before. Phins up, let's win. Born ready for a ring. maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. It's damn week, use 10.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Phins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to walk and broke. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
About them Dolphins, fellas. Dolphins on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dolphins!
Over here. Get some canes over here. We got some canes over here. Hey, there go some canes over
Relax
here.
and take notes while I step in. Ain't no question. I've been repping. See my squad ballin', that's a blessing. I'm texting with my homies from that West End Zone crew. Say they taking shots, told me roll through. I told you about that orange and green. We click tight, big bites, we destroy your team. Make the world view our games like a horror scene. Stuff opponents in a can like Goya beans. I mean, representing for the team. Love the city though. You can't get connected with them. Shake your signal. Infamous with that swag. It's original. The copycats could copy that, but we go get some more. No game, no Seminole. We let it stay, but in this state we is the general. Salute. Coral gave us around the world. We don't have a limit. We read our youth from the streets to the academics. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
All we do, please, is a hurricane. You ain't got that work, you can't serve the canes. I know you been watching, we been hurting things. Where that crown at, homie, we them dirty canes. We gon' get that title, what that purdy rain. Gotta turn over chain for every team. Green and orange on my back, get a foreigner's back. I'm scoring while you roaring like a lion getting sacked. ¿Qué pasó, papi? Tú no puedes conmigo. Argentino de principio, huracán en mi equipo. Got the passion like Sebastian when I'm rapping, that's a fact. Got that 7-6 jersey for the legend, one sack, yeah.
It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
We got some canes over here and we bout that. Solo D and them ballin' boys, yo, we got that. No good chillin' in the cut, hard rock pack. And if you hating on them canes, better stack. It's the state of the MIA. The U is back, what them haters gotta say. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day. Turnover chain, got the people going crazy.
No, whoop, whoop, it's the sound, so you know who it is. They counting finals ballin' like the U up in here. Gold teeth, grillin', chillin', Solo D, what it is. We got the turn up chain, gang up in here. Cause it's a UM thing, orange and green is the gear. We coming to you HD, so it's crispy clear. Now put them U's in the sky, don't stand and chill. And let them know if they don't know, we got some canes up in here.
It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. It's some canes over here. Throwing U's up. How we do our thing over here.
Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
Gang gang, 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 gang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's gang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's gang gang. Gang gang, 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 gang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's gang gang. That's gang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's gang gang. That's gang gang. That's gang gang. Represents a juvenile. I be where they throwing up using crowds. You know how that school get down. Not taking no L's, we ain't losing now. Don't get it confused right now. I represent making these music sounds. They play me when they study in their dorm room. Request me an Uber now. I be screaming gang gang. Across the world, they be screaming out the same thing. We first to arrive and last to leave. We filling the sense of capacity. You know I won't change while you asking me. Be throwing this youth to the casket deep. Be all on the field like Sebastian B. Rockin' Canes where I'm a fashion freak. Look, I be staying live on pipe down. Ask Dom life, it's a lifestyle. Ain't like the mother schools, don't confuse us. We the only ones that really throw the you up. But Canes fam turned up where you find me. Hit hard like I seen it go to Shanti. Shot to Rich and Manny D, they remind me. That them Canes right back in they prime. Screaming out. Gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's gang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's gang gang. Gang gang, 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 gang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's gang gang. That's gang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's gang gang. That's gang gang. That's gang gang.
So low, so low, so low.
D Miami Sports Music, salute. What's up? We got Finger Licking live.
It's Canes over here. Turn over chain, 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 turn over chain. You seen Big Homie get a fumble? He get a turnover chain. Seen Big Homie get the pick off? He get a turnover chain, 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 turnover chain. You see the whole crowd going user? We want that turnover chain. See the whole crowd going crazy? We want that turnover chain, turnover chain. Turnover chain is deeper than jewelry, deeper than blink. It's deeper. See, this is our thing, and you was the team that's strictly for Kane. Invented the swag, you rented and brag, but we want it back. Let me get that. But you can keep the old one, cause we keep something new in the bag. All of these players is hungry, don't come in here thinking it's funny. We aiming for something, rocking the chains when it's sunny. Even when raining or slumming, we ain't gonna be slumming. I hope your quarterback don't think it's sweet. The defense will make them take a seat. And if somebody strip the ball out, then somebody get a Cuban link. Now you know how it go with the fans though. We be going wild out in the stands though. If you're not with the team, you're not familiar. If you throwing U's up, you're not familiar. Come on, get loose like a band, trombone. Throw 3 or 5 up, my home. CWA, tell them about it. All the Canes going wild when we yelling this out. Turn over chain, 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 turn over chain. You seen Big Homie get the fumble? He get a turnover chain. Seen Big Homie get the pick off? He get a turnover chain, 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 turnover chain. You see the whole crowd going user? We want that turnover chain. See the whole crowd going crazy? We want that turnover chain. Hey, Solo.
What's up?
What's up? Man, you heard what those Seminoles try to do, man?
Nah, man, what they do?
They went and got a turnover purse, man.
A what? Oh, no, let's get it.
FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? We that you? 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 FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? We that you? We that you? We that you? We that you? We that you, we that you. Turn over purse. What the hell is y'all doing? Trying to copy that you swag, now the whole thing they got ruined. No, it ain't Louis, no, it ain't Coach, no, it ain't Gucci, no, it ain't Coach. Give me that swag, you know it ain't Thor. Please, Coach Wizard, don't do it no more. We rocking $100,000 chain. Straight from AJ. World love to hate us, we ain't tripping. It's the Kane way. Orange and green everywhere you see it. That's that Kane game. We family, but you won't understand it, cause it's the Kane thing. They say Solo, please go get them, so I got them. I say copy that. Losing all they juice, I think they wish they had Bobby back. We don't fit no stick or reevaluate your info. We gon' beat them when we see them, then we roll out like Jimbo. 5 rings to 3 rings, y'all won't never pass that. In the name of James Winston, we gon' crack y'all like crab legs. Wide left or wide right, Seminoles ain't my type. We see y'all ain't no plan. Say this to them nose fans. FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? We that you? 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 FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? FS who? We that you? 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 Who that?
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
Hit some canes over here. Hit some canes over here.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. What's up, everybody? It is your boy, Stephen D. Super excited to be hanging out with y'all today. Why is that? Because it's a beautiful Monday, man. It is a beautiful Monday, and we're here, and we're live on the #1 show in Miami, the #1 Miami fan show for Miami fans. That's right. I'm talking about Clap Blackers. Super excited that y'all are hanging out with me this morning. It's bushy-eyed, bright-eyed, and it's Monday morning, and we're all getting ready. So if you haven't had your coffee yet, you need to make sure that you have your coffee this morning, because I definitely have mine in my Thin Evil mug. So make sure you guys are definitely drinking that, and you guys are enjoying your wonderful brand new morning here on Miami Sports Music Podcast Network, home of the #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. What's going on, everybody? I just want to say hello to everybody. We are doing our thing here this morning, and we did our thing last week. What did we do last week? Well, we did some amazing stuff last week. Before I get started, I want to give a big shout out to the Charlotte DolFAN Club. I'm rocking their visor that they sent me this morning. Donna, Daniel Knapp, everybody over there at the Charlotte DolFAN Club. I just want to say a special good morning to y'all. This is a pretty awesome visor. It's got a really cool pin that goes with it too. So if y'all are, trying to get some cool Dolphin swag, go check out Dolphin Fan Club. They got some cool stuff over there. Go check them out on Facebook. So big shout out to Donna. Big shout out to Daniel over there at Charlotte DolFAN Club. All right. Without further ado, I know a lot of people are wondering, what we did last week with. Let me move this over here so that people can see it. And let me change the screens here. So last week we did something really cool. We did a giveaway, a donation giveaway. So the goal last week was to raise a certain number of donations, single donations, and that the winners would go ahead and I would pull them this morning. So if you made any single donations last week, which, by the way, a big couple of shout outs I want to give to. Number one, where are they at? Where are we at? I want to make sure I made a special graphic for you guys this morning. Did I pull it up yet? I want to make sure that you guys get your big shout outs this morning because you guys deserve it. Here we go. I'm loading it back in. I don't know what happened. There we go. I want to give a big shout out to Rob G, who donated the most money this past week. And I want to give a big shout out to D-Dub Dolphin, Dwayne, who had the most total number of entries last week. And if I am correct in looking at it, Dwayne had 19 entries. And then Rob, I don't want to give the dollar amount, but he had the most donations last week. So shout out to those two guys who are also members of the channel. So it has been definitely awesome. So I want to give a big shout out to those two especially. I also want to give a big shout out to everybody who did donate last week, because it was a really awesome thing that you guys did, helping the channel grow. Big shout out to Marcus. Big shout out to Mr. Ballgame. Big shout out to Prayer Warrior, Quinte Riddle, Rob G, Saxman J. Will, Cap for Life, A-Rod, Big Time, M. DolFAN, Eric Carrier, Esteban, Fantasy Panel, Great One DeVore, Jason Miller. I have all you guys in here. So what I'm going to do this morning is through random, and let me actually make this bigger so you guys can see it. All right, is that better? Hopefully that'll work. All right, and let me go scroll through the list. That way you guys can see everybody. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this thing 13 times for the greatest football player that we know, number 13. Marcus says, yeah, I need coffee this morning because if you try to do another 6-hour show today, I will pass out for you. No, we're not doing that today, Marcus. We're not doing that today. But I do want to give a big shout out to everybody because everybody's been absolutely amazing. And I just want to say that, everybody donated last week was awesome. Mark Dolphin, driving through Sacramento, streaming live, Phins for Life. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit randomize 13 times. All right, and then what's going to happen is the top 6 are going to win these prizes. 6 through 4, NorCal DolFAN t-shirt. Third place is going to win an East 32 tailgate hat. Second place is going to win a pair of DWA shorts. And first place is going to win a DWA swag bag. All right. So let's go ahead and let's hit this thing a couple of times. Let me get this off. And let's see. Here we go. I'm going to hit this thing 13 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, here we go. Here's the last one, y'all. Y'all ready? And 13. All right. So, Marcus J., you are the winner of the DWA swag bag. A-Rod, you won the DWA shorts. Rob G., you won the East 32 tailgate hat and shirt set donated by Cameron and East 32. Great One DeVore, you won a NorCal t-shirt. M. DolFAN won a NorCal t-shirt. And Marcus J., you also won again with a NorCal t-shirt. Awesome. Congratulations to you all. I'm going to leave this up here. And after the show sometime today, I will be making sure I get everything out to you guys. So, again, congratulations on winning the swag bag giveaway. Yeah, that's awesome. Number 1, Marcus, A-Rod, Rob G., you guys are absolutely amazing. I'm glad you guys were able to win something. A-Rod in here. Yeah. Chef Juice says congrats to all the winners. Marcus J says, number 1, I'll take it. Hey, bro, you earned it. You and Rob G both. And A-Rod, anybody who did. If you even donated one time, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. There we go, guys. Congrats to Miami Sports Music super fans. Love it, love it, love it. Congrats, everyone. All right. Without further ado, let's kind of get back to what we got going on today. So today, here, let me move this out of here. Hello. Good to see you all again. All right, let's do this here. All right, so Monday's goal during the live stream. We have a goal today. Today's goal is 100 likes and 25 single donations. And this week, we will have a goal total of 100 donations. If this goal is hit of the 100 likes and 25 donations, we will stay on for an additional 30 minutes. I gotta have barriers with you guys. I can't do another Friday show of 6 hours, but I want to give you guys all the time in the world, and I want to make sure that I give you quality time too. So if this goal's hit by 10 a.m., we'll stay on for an additional 30 minutes, and we'll talk about whatever topic you all want to talk about. So let's get to liking and donated. Just so you know, the donations for this week will go to DWA Pick Your Swag giveaway. All right? So any single donation of $5 or more gets you automatically entered into the Pick Your DWA Swag giveaway. You can enter as many times as you want. Rules and restrictions obviously apply, but you can get a DWA hat, a pair of DWA shorts, a DWA beanie, and there's a few other things I think I'm going to throw in there that you'll be able to choose from. We got to figure out what's in the inventory back in Miami. So there will be a few more things in there that I think you guys will like. So today's goal is 100 likes and 25 donations, single donations. Any single donation of $5 or more will automatically get you entered into the DWA swag giveaway. So let's do that. Let's make it happen, and let's do what we do. All right. I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and kind of get into the first thing this morning.
Hey guys, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Phins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta DolFAN Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal DolFAN Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
I want to remind everybody this morning before we get going, number one, big shout out to those 4 amazing guys right there. Danny Johnson with TPP, Scott Howell with Atlanta DolFAN Club, Jason Miller with, I want to say NorCal, but it's not. It's SoCal DolFAN Club. I love you, Jason. And from NorCal, Mr. NorCal himself, the Godfather, Mark Angelo. I appreciate all 4 of you guys. I love all 4 of you guys from the bottom of my heart. So when you guys did that, I'm gonna play that on the show pretty much every day from here on out. That means a lot to me. So shout out to you guys. Look, if you guys want to sign up to become a new YouTube member of the show, we got some cool new features. All right. If you guys go into the chat, you guys are going to see some cool stuff. All right. If you guys look at people like A-Rod or Marcus J or Chef Zhu, you're going to see some really cool emojis next to them. All right. They automatically get those next to their name when they do that. Right now, they're in the first 30 days. Right. So they got the Miami Sports Music logo. But as the months progress, they will get more emojis added to them, like the Honorable Solo D emoji, which I'm about to put in the chat box right now. Look at that. That's a pretty awesome emoji, right? Who doesn't want a Solo D emoji, right? Or a DWA emoji, right? Are you a Dolph fan with attitude? I am. I know I am. Look, I love the fire. Look at A-Rod. Look at Chef Zhu. I love it. The CWA, the certified. Are you a certified Dolph fan? Congrats to all the winners from Jason Miller. I love it, you guys. Look at the family just sitting here doing their thing. Awesome. Super excited about everything here. Okay. So make sure you guys go sign up today to become a member. We have the basic plan, which is not basic. It's just you're a Dolph fan with attitude, and there's nothing basic about that. $2.99 a month. I mean, look, you help support the channel. You help the channel grow. It's absolutely amazing, right? And then the other thing is if you guys want to donate to the channel, you guys can do that in 3 easy steps, all right? And I obviously put step 3 up there twice this morning because I was trying to do a million things at one time. So let me put step 1 back up there. There we go. There's step 1. All right. If you guys want to donate to the channel, there's 3 different ways to do it. If you look up top, you guys can see you can use the YouTube live super chat. You can use the Cash App at StephenDSKPL. And my buddy Eric Carrier says, here's a donation to get a better looking host for $4.99. So shout out to Eric being the first of 25 donations today. Goal. I love it, big guy. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. And I think I look pretty good. I do need a shave, but I do think I look pretty good, if I say so myself there, Eric. But yeah, super excited about that. Yeah, you guys can hit the donation button at the bottom of the super chat. You can now use Cash App, money sign at StephenDSKPL. And then PayPal could also be Stephen D Report. So make sure you guys check that out. If you guys are using the super chat, you guys, step 2 is you pick a super chat or super chicker, and then you guys can pick the donation of your size there, which is really, really good. All right. All right. Without further ado from there, let's kind of get started into some of the topics for today. All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, family. Good morning, FINLAWS. I am Stephen D. You can follow me at StephenDSKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Had a lot of stuff happen over the weekend. A lot of stuff to get to, right? So I think the first thing I want to kind of talk to everybody about is, what happened over the weekend with Julio Jones. I think that is a good place to start this morning. I think the excitement of Julio Jones and everything that kind of went on with that this morning or this weekend was crazy. So I want to be able to get your thoughts. I want you guys to use the hashtag Dolphin Chat, hashtag Clock Blockers in the chat room this morning. What do you guys think? We're at 25 likes. Remember, 100 is the goal this morning. What do you guys think of Julio Jones going to Tennessee? Does it make Tennessee that much better? What do you think of the package that Atlanta got for Julio? Because, if you're looking at it from the way I look at it, I think Tennessee had to give up a bag of peanuts to get Julio. It wasn't that much. It was a second and a fourth, if I'm correct. And in return, they got Julio and a 6. I definitely think Tennessee made out better with that. So it'll be interesting. Mark Norcal says, now the Titans just need a quarterback. Oh, look at that troll there from The Godfather. Look at that troll there. Good one. That's a good one this morning, bud. Look, it's definitely, I don't even know what to say. Like, when I saw Julio get traded, and then I saw rumors that the Dolphins were involved, that, Greer was on the phone actively trying to talk to. Now none of that's confirmed, but a lot of the rumors on there were, hey, this is what happened. Got you with that trade made Tanny a Titan for life. Yeah, I appreciate that, Dolph Fancy Pants. I like your name too, Dolph Fancy Pants. And is that Nate going down for the count in boxing there? We'll talk a little bit about Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather this weekend because, that was ugly. That was ugly last night. Walk it like we talk it. Hashtag Dolphins Chat. Tennessee just got seriously. Jason Miller at Godfather. Savage comment, poor Tannehill. Hey, Mark Angelo, I need you to change all of your social media stuff to FinLaw Godfather. We need that done now. By the way, if you guys know anything about Mark Angelo, I need you to tag him in the comment in YouTube here and tell him he needs to change all his stuff to FinLaw Godfather. He's humble; he won't do it. But let's get the movement going. Hashtag at FinLaw Godfather. Love it. That needs to be all your social media handles. A-Rod, like a former player said, a proven NFL is always better than a draft prospect. Walk it like we talk it. Julio like an old box Chevy. Just keeps going. Mark Angelo says, nah, I'm just a fan. You are just a fan. You're the FinLaw Godfather. That's who you are. Chef Juice says, good morning, DolFAN C Pants. I love it, Chef. I love it this morning. I love it. We're at 28 likes. We are 72. Oh, man. 72. That's a pretty good number. We're 72 likes away from making this happen and getting to 100 likes this morning. Yes, Chef Ju says, hashtag at FinLaw Godfather. You can do it. LOL. Yeah, we need to make that happen. FinLaw Godfather. Love it. You can change all your social media stuff immediately, Mark. Look, I think this about Julio. I think Tennessee was already deadly with Derrick Henry. And there's two questions that probably arise out of this for me. Number one, how does Julio deal with not being the number one, which I think he's going to be fine with. All right. But the question still needs to be thrown out there. We're talking about a guy for the last decade who's been the number one commodity of his organization. And now is going to a place where Derrick Henry is the number one person there. And whatever happens with him is going to be, the success of Derrick Henry is going to determine the success of Tennessee, right? So Julio is all of a sudden, everything's not relied on him, which I think makes him even more happier, right? So I and by the way, shout out to Atlanta. You look at what Detroit did for many years with Calvin Johnson and with Barry Sanders. Atlanta could have done the same thing. And they traded him to a contender, a straight up contender. So I got to give a shout out to Atlanta for actually taking care of their player. And that's a big deal. That's a really big deal because they didn't have to do that. And a lot of teams, unfortunately, it looks like they don't do that anymore. Look at Green Bay. Look what they did with Brett Favre. Look what they're doing with Aaron Rodgers. So, look, I think that Julio going to Tennessee makes Tennessee, easily top 5 contender in the NFL right now. I do. I 100% think that. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with me. Walker Like We Talk, it says Julio will face the second or third opposing corner in Tennessee. Also, A.J. Brown. Yep, I agree. Ocho held it down last night, not like my boy Night Nate. I like your photo though, man. That's good. I did see Ocho Cinco get hit and knocked down and then get right back up. So look, man, for somebody who doesn't box for a living, hey, I'll give it to Nate. Nate was the highlight of boxing last night because there was no other real boxing there. And I'm not saying that was either to a certain extent, but it was a joke. And I feel bad for boxing. I do. I know I'm getting off topic here, but Doll Fancy Pants brings it up. Like boxing is not what it was in any way, shape, or form. Like if you're looking at it now, it's actually really, really, really kind of sad to see, what they have been accustomed to. MMA, UFC has kind of taken over that, and so it is definitely interesting. Jason Miller says, at Godfather Finlaw, you're more than just a fan. Your nephew, though, is questionable. I love it when you guys go back and forth. I don't think Tannehill is good enough to make Julio Jones matter. Look at that troll comment again from the Godfather. Dolph Fancy Pants, top 5, how you press on them? Bro, you put A.J. Brown and you put Julio at the wide receiver slots. And now you're taking Derrick Henry. And they have a damn good offensive line. Bro, that's going to be a tough game. Here's a reality. I got something for you. FanFest 2, New Year's weekend in Nashville, could be for the number 1 seed of the AFC. Could be. Look, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not forgetting Kansas City. I got you. But it could happen. That could be a really important game for home field advantage in the playoffs. That's a reality. That's where Miami's at right now. Don't sleep on that. Hey, good morning, Dolphin family. Let's see here. Can't wait to see X and Byron lock up Julio and Brown. Even with RD, we can match. Can we match up? Of course. I think we have the best defense in the league. Jones will make Tannehill better. 100% agree with that. Julio Jones does nothing but help Tennessee make them better, right? Can't. But how does their defense stack up? I'm not as familiar with their defense as much as their offense, but man, when you can get Derrick Henry consistently running 100, 150 yards a ball game, bruh. Like, don't sleep on him. Yep, because we have to play the Titans in 4 of the last games this season. But I feel we'll have a plan for Julio, and that could be a primetime game. Yep. Big time. We shouldn't looking at any real bouts. These are sloppy money grabbers. If anyone looks at these bouts as true boxers, then you're not a fan at big time. Bro, I think that, you look at it right now and boxing just they're grabbing for anything. Do you realize the next big fight is Holyfield and Tyson? 2 50-year-olds plus in boxing? That's what boxing has to look forward to right now. By the way, Pereira and McGregor fight in like a month and a half. Yeah, that's real. Okay? And that's still not even the best fight of the summer. That's like the 4th best fight of the summer for UFC. Boxing has been trailing the bootstraps of UFC. That's real. I don't know who this lady is right here, Tamika Daniels. This sounds so weird. Sounds like my wife's name. Shout out to my wife watching and commenting. Y'all say hello to Mrs. Daniels in the chat room. Mrs. Clock Blocker. She's actually the person who named the show. I would not be doing this without her today. So everybody give a big shout out to her because definitely sacrificing time with her to make sure I put on a good show for y'all every day of the week. So y'all say hello to the missus. She also said a good pass rush will prevent the ball from getting out of the quarterback's hands and make Jones and Brown non-factor. See, let me know how your wife is, huh? Does she know football like that? Don't worry, I'll wait. I love you, honey. Shout out to you. God, you're so smart. I'm married up, y'all, just so you know. Rob G, good morning, FINLAWS. A-Rod, #facts, big time. Marcus J, our offense over their defense, easy. Shout out to Charles Montez, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Shout out to Charles, becoming the newest YouTube member of Miami Sports Music YouTube channel. Love it. Appreciate it, Charles. Welcome to the family. I need all my family members to welcome our newest FINLAW to the channel. Love it, love it, love it. Guys, we're at 32 likes. The goal is 125 donations. We got 1 donation so far this morning. Let's get to let's get 24, 23, 22, 21. Let's go. All right. Let's see here. Dolph Fancy Pants. So we say Tennessee should do a shootout game like Arizona. I mean, that's plausible. The Godfather says, good morning, Miss Blacker. Rob G says, hi, Mrs. Daniels. Marcus J says, hello, Mrs. Daniels. That's a married woman right there. That's a married woman. Chef Zhu, good morning, Mrs. Tamika Daniels, the mother of Clock Blockers. Thank you for coming up with the name. Hope to meet you and Stephen D at a game this year. That's going to happen, Chef. Don't you even sweat that, my guy. Jason Miller, morning, Mrs. Clock Blocker. Walk it like we talk it. The world got finesse last night. Boxing dead. Unfortunately, it is. It's sad that it came to this. It's like watching celebrity boxing matches. #MTV Celebrity Deathmatch ×3. LOL. That's true, though, bro. You're not wrong about that. Chef Juice says, good. Welcome to Charles, the newest members club. A-Rod says, I am a boxing fan. These stage bouts are garbage money grabs. I look forward to real boxers like Teofimo Lopez, Tyson Fury, Canelo Alvarez. Look, bro, Canelo, Tyson, I mean, even them, like, they're not doing enough to hype up new names. All these guys have been in the game for a while. You know? I mean, boxing just needs to honestly hit the reset. Boxing needs one thing. I'm going to tell you what boxing needs that they'll never get. Boxing needs Dana White. I'm telling you, they do. Boxing needs Dana White. That's the only way boxing competes with MMA. A-Rod says, good morning, Mrs. Daniels. Eugene says, good morning, family. This Eugene from Larry Channel. What's up, Eugene? Good morning, my friend. Jabari says, if we get into a shout out against Tennessee, they don't have DBs to keep up with our wide receivers either. Hey, man, look, it'll be very interesting to see how that works and how that is going forward. All right, let's kind of get to what we wanted to talk about this morning. So let's go in the last 45 minutes of the show. All right, look what is going on. Monday's goal during the live stream, 100 like 25 donations. This week's goal total is 100 donations. We got to 94 total donations last week. So I know we can hit 100 donations this week. Let's go. Need to make that happen. Any single donation of $5 or more gets you automatically entered into Pick Your DWA Swag giveaway. So the winner of this giveaway will get to pick their own whatever they want. It could be a DWA hat, a DWA shirt, it could be a DWA pair of shorts, it could be a DWA beanie. And there's a few other things I think I'm going to throw into the list that you'll get to choose from there. Shout out to our winners this morning from last week's. Just want to give a big shout out to Marcus J., the winner of the DWA swag bag, A-Rod, the DWA shorts, Rob G from winning the East 32 tailgates, Great One DeVore, M. DolFAN, and Marcus J. Again, winning from NorCal. So I'll hit you up sometime this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon, get all that information. And I'm hoping to have all that stuff, including Cap for Life's and Estefan stuff, mailed out by the end of the week from last week. So appreciate y'all's patience. Cap for Life and Estefan wanted to try to get everything in order and mail everything out at the same time, make sure all this works properly. Again, we're at the beginning stages of all this, so I appreciate y'all's patience. This has been good stuff, and I really appreciate it. Look, it's definitely going to be an awesome time. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys sign up now to become a new YouTube member. All right, we have a new thing, these loyalty badges that you get next to your name. If you go look at people like my man Chef Zhu or A-Rod or Rob G or even our newest member, Charles Montez, who became a YouTube member this morning. He is going to now have a Miami Sports Music badge next to his name for the next 30 days. And then next he'll have like a solo D and a DWA and then a certified. Every 30 days you get a new badge next to your name, and it gets a little bit cooler and cooler. So Miami Sports Music is that basic badge because we all are Miami Sports Music fans. And then a lot of us fell in love with Miami Sports Music because of this guy named Solo D. Maybe you've heard of him. And then most of us are DWA fans. And then we got to be certified after 6 months. So, yeah, I mean, I want to see you guys join, become a member of the family, PHAMILY, and become a FINLAW. All right, let's do this thing. It is Mark NorCal says, I'll ship shirts to winners directly. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, let's see here. Yeah, so this goal, the topic for today's Dolphin Chat, we discuss why are OTAs so important. If we're looking at, OTAs over the last couple of days, look, this is a big deal. OTAs are something that I think that are overlooked. Here's a reality. Last year, there was no offseason. There was no true offseason. There was no OTAs. There was no training camp. There was no preseason. I need people to understand that these OTAs are going to help you win a Super Bowl come February. That's real. These OTAs are that important. And they get overlooked so much. And it really bothers me because I think people look at this stuff as we've taken it for granted for years. Oh, this is just mandatory OTAs or, voluntary mini camps or guys, we had, what was it? Like over 70%, over 90%. We had over 90% people show up to the voluntary mini camps. And now we're at OTAs. Bro, like we're putting in work. We are putting in work now so that when we get to the dog days of January and February, we're there. We're playing. And not only are we playing, we're playing at a premium level against premium competition. And so I think that OTAs are just so important. And Marcus says our preseason last year was like 6 padded practices. Bro, how many of us played football? How many of us had 2-a-days and 3-a-days in high school and middle school? And we know, and none of us are anywhere near compared to the level about these NFL players. But still, 6 padded practices and then go out and play the NFL? Bruh, come on, man. I got to hit the ESPN on you. Come on, man. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. So when people are like, oh, these are just OTAs, they don't really are not a big deal. Because I've had people say that on social media this weekend. It bothers me. It bothers me to no end. Shout out to Charles Montez, who also donated $10 this morning. All right, that's 2 out of 25 donations goal for the day. Shout out to Charles. Charles, man, welcome to the family. I really appreciate the love. It's good. I really appreciate the love. Just so everybody knows, the goals for today, 100 likes, 25 donations. The week goals, 100 donations in total. Last week we had 94. So I think we can get to 100 this week. Any single donation of $5 or more gets you automatically entered into Pick Your DWA Swag giveaway. So let's make that happen. Rob G in the building, everybody, with his super sticker. Keep it up. Again, I want to give a big shout out real quick to the 2 gentlemen last week, Mr. Rob G and D-Dub Dolphin Dialogue. Rob G donated the most money last week, and D-Dub Dolphin Dialogue with the total number of entries for last week. Both of those are great guys, and you guys have supported this channel, the channel tremendously since its inception, and I really appreciate it, guys. All right. Look, I do want to hear from you guys this morning on what your thoughts are about it. So use the hashtag Dolphin Chat, hashtag Clock Blockers. What do you guys think about OTAs, and how important do you guys think they are or not? I mean, if you don't think that it's a big deal, please tell me why. I want to know. All right. So why I set that up and wait for you guys to comment into the box. I want to remind you guys, we have a pretty cool show in the afternoon. I don't know if you've checked it out before, but you guys should.
Run.
All All right, yo, that is For the Fans on Onside Radio every weekday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. There were some technical difficulties on Friday's show, and we have my main man on from Dolphins NYC, Nate Igor. So we're going to replay that so that it doesn't get messed up this morning in its full entirety. So that will be the show again this afternoon because I want to give my man Nate, my man Igor, his just time, his deserved time, because everybody loves Dolphins NYC. They were the blueprint for a lot of fan clubs throughout the United States and even outside the U.S. And the MetLife takeover should be on everybody's bucket list. If you've never done a MetLife takeover, you guys have to do that. It's absolutely amazing. So that I'm going to replay that again this afternoon. We're going to do it the right way. So make sure you guys check that out from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then after that airs, you make sure you download it everywhere you get podcasts. This show will start being downloadable within the next couple of weeks so that we can go ahead and do that. I think it's going to be awesome. Here, hold on. I might have a guest for us. Here, I'm going to see if he's coming on. He reached out to me. I just want to see. I think you will like the guest if he comes on. I don't know if he is or not. But if he does, we're going to have a cool guest here in a second. Whatchamacallit. Yeah, so I want to know what you guys' thoughts are of OTAs. Use the hashtag Dolphin Chat, hashtag Clock Blockers. Okay. Let's see here. Charles wants to know, where do I like the show? Guys, tell him where to like the show at. I want to be able to make that happen. And sorry, guys. I think I can get this person on. I think you guys are going to appreciate it. Just want to see if I can get them on. It'll be a big deal if I can. I don't even want to tease anything for you guys yet. Here we go. We'll see if he gets on. If he gets on, great. If he doesn't, he'll be on sometime later this week or tomorrow or next week. It'll be a big deal. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Are they letting fans watch minicamp? Brandon Pope. Brandon, I do believe that they are letting fans watch minicamp. Guys, we're at 37 likes. 100 is the goal this morning. Let's go. Let's get there. Can't do it without you. Did Fitz really have COVID-19? Think about it. That Buffalo game still stinks. Bro, that game is still hard to think about and watch. And bro, it's breaking my heart just thinking about it. Let's see here. I think it's a big deal for rookies, not so much for vets. Hashtag Flipside Fishing. Flipside, my guy. First, welcome to the show, bro. Hope you get some good fish this week or today. I need people to realize that right now it's going to be awesome, even for the vets. You got to realize these vets, I know that they're not a big fan of OTAs, and I know they're not a big fan of mini camps usually. But for whatever the reason is, I think this year, everybody needs to be there. Everybody. There's no excuse. None whatsoever. No excuse at all if you are not present at OTAs or training camp or preseason this year. I'm telling you. I mean, that's where we would have to do it. That's the only way it can be done. Rob G says, about threw it against the wall. Talking about the Bills game, I think, of the last year. Charles says, I got it. Thanks. No problem, Charles. Marcus says, agreed. Much more important for rookies. Rob G says, I still have nightmares about that Buffalo game. Still useful for vets. Rob G says they should all be there, period. 100% they should all be there. 100%. Let me break something down. There's a new playbook to a certain extent, right? You have to work. You have to have timing. There are way too many wide receivers in camp for them not to be competing every time they run a route. Because I'm telling you right now, the coaching staff is probably critiquing the hell out of them. Oh, you're not here? That's some other person who's getting reps, who's got a better chance to make this squad. And that goes for any position. And I get it, this is the NFL. It should always be like that. But I'm telling you right now, this year is going to be a bigger year for it. Mark my words, it will be. It will be 100%. All right, guys. Bro, I was able to do it. I was able to pull off a miracle, people. I'm super excited. I think you guys are going to like who I'm about to bring on. I need y'all to give my man the biggest love, the biggest shout out, and the biggest two in ear that I know. Mr. TD Phins Talk. What's up, baby?
Let's go tour, baby.
It's two a time. What's up, man?
What's up, man? I was enjoying the show, man. I said I gotta hop in, man. I couldn't get in fast enough for all this this Tennessee situation and all that craziness, man.
We can hit the rewind button. Let's go back. Talk to me, man. What's up?
They're gonna be a scary team, man. They're gonna definitely listen, but at the end of the day, they still have to show that they've improved on defense. That's been their issue for the last 2 seasons. They were decent 2 years ago, but not good enough, and then they were bad last year. But they definitely just got a whole lot better. They got a quarterback who can get anybody the ball. And this isn't even about Julio and AJ. It's about the simple fact that you have 2 receivers now that's going to take 4 people away from the defense, because it's going to be covered 2 all day and really looking in on those guys and doubling, which is going to make life scary with Derrick Henry. It's a pick your poison situation. So, man, this is going to be crazy, man. I could see a lot of double tight end sets with Julio and AJ Brown on the outside. Tannehill comes to the line of scrimmage. If they load the box, everybody in one little signal, both of those guys fly. Julio, I mean, it could be either one. AJ Brown could go on the crossing and Julio go on the go, or Julio go on the crossing and AJ goes on the go. It's just going to be a lot of that, man. You're going to pick your poison. No defense can have 7 against 6 in Derrick Henry with the one-on-one and win. So at some point they're going to have to commit a safety to the box, because this was for Derrick Henry. If you look at that playoff loss, they rolled Derrick Henry heavy, and that wasn't good enough when they loaded the box. This move was strictly for Derrick Henry, and it will allow him. I mean, listen, Derrick Henry might have 2,000 rushing yards this year.
Yo, 100%, bro. He's gonna have a major year.
He
could break the record. He could.
Yeah.
What's the record? Like 2,000 and
I don't even know. I got to go check it out, man. But listen, this man. You're gonna have 7 against 6 boxes, which is a advantage for the defense. 7 against 6, but not with Tennessee. Not with Tennessee, man.
So what do you think about a lot of people were bringing up the Arizona shootout game with us? Is that the type of games that Tennessee's gonna be in?
Not at all.
I didn't think so either.
Because time of possession. They're going to just keep trying to run the ball. They know what our secondary is. And we have a good secondary, but that's not where they're going to try to win the game against us. It's going to be running the ball. You'd be a homer. You'd be a certified homer if you're going to sit here and say that we're going to put Byron Jones one-on-one and Xavier Howard one-on-one. You'd be a homer just to say that because you love your corners that much. But our corners would get abused.
They would.
I mean, at the end of the day, you could have great corners, but going against guys like Julio and AJ Brown, it's not even the same. It's not the same. You cannot.
Right, so what I hear from you is that our corners aren't gonna. Am I hearing you correctly? They're not matching up well against Julio and
nobody's matching up well 1-on-1 against Julio and AJ Brown. You match up well.
If any team in the NFL has
not a
chance
single one, not a single team. No team. You got to understand. No team is going to match up with those receivers. I mean, no 1-on-1 corners are going to match up, but your defensive scheme can definitely match up and neutralize them. But it's going to be cover 2 all day. It's going to be safety help over the top. And that's going to be 2 guys all day. Listen, I don't care how good Byron Jones and Xavier Howard is. You're not baiting no Julio Jones, X. You're not. And if Byron Jones wants to be the guy that glues to him, the body frame isn't even going to be close. AJ Brown, body frame isn't even going to be close. You know, maybe you can get away with a 1-on-1 on AJ Brown, but the intermediate routes, he's going to abuse you with his body all day. And Tannehill is known to be the guy to stick it in there in tight windows. And when you got 2 receivers who, okay, if you got the deep ball covered, then I'll go ahead and run the mid-range game and body you all day. Make sure I get on the inside or turn around and use my big frame. AJ Brown and Julio Jones, their frame is going to knock that out of the park. And another thing, we can talk about Julio and AJ all day. Nobody's going to talk about the fact that all of those little name receivers, Fisker and all of those guys that they have in Tennessee, those guys catch the ball at a high clip, at a very high clip. And Tannehill has had too many games where 10, 11 receivers. Bro, he had one game where 14 receivers caught, 14 different people caught a ball between running backs and receivers. 14 different people caught a reception from him. I didn't even know that was possible. That was every receiver and every running back on their roster.
If you don't know, somebody in the chat room find out. Where did we end up in red zone defense last year? Because here's my thought on that. My thought on that is I don't think we have to worry about giving up the big plays to Tannehill from a throwing standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Henry can run all day, do whatever the hell he wants. He's the best running back in football, right?
That's what they're going to do.
So, yep, okay. But I don't see Tannehill waiting in the pocket throwing 20-yard bombs. He couldn't do it here. He damn sure ain't doing it in Tennessee.
Then you haven't been watching games in Tennessee. They bludgeon you with the run all day, and he has one of the highest completion percentages in the league. That's why he was ranked number 5 in the NFL last year.
But
and the year before, he was ranked number 1.
Pass?
No. Tannehill ain't throwing dink and dunks in Tennessee at all. Everything. That's another thing to understand, Stephen. Almost everything he throws is a chunk because it's play action. And those guys are getting massive yards after the catch because you got to load the box. The second level is always open on crossing routes or slants. And he's killing people, and he's actually throwing a lot of deep balls. That's what they're doing in Tennessee. That's why run up, caught you slipping, trying to stop the run, 40-yard game, 27-yard game. I mean, these are not dink and dunks in Tennessee. They are not throwing dink and dunks at all.
So where do the Dolphins offense stack up against their defense?
That's where we win. But again, we're all sitting here as Dolphin fans. That's all just going to depend on Tua. Where is he? How is he airing the ball out against these defenses? But if we get from Tua what we hope to get, then here's going to be the issue in a game like that. Tua will have success. The problem is they're going to limit how many times we get the ball because they're going to run, and they're going to control the time of possession. And let me tell you, you brought this up earlier.
Number 7, 57% on red zone.
And that's the defense. What are you saying?
So if I'm reading this, Marcus, correct, you can confirm for me. He's saying we have the 7th best red zone defense in the NFL last year.
And guess who has the number 1 red zone offense?
Tennessee.
Number 1. And that was without Julio Jones. The number 1 red zone offense, Tennessee Titans, without Julio Jones. So, give or take, I don't know. We had the advantage, though. Our offense versus their defense is an advantage. But the issue is we don't know how much of an advantage because it depends on how well our offense moves this year. Here's another thing. We don't know what Tennessee's defense is going to be. For the last 2 years, the reason why they've lost, their defense just has not helped. And they spent almost Steven, go look it up. They used almost every single draft pick on defense.
For Tennessee in the last
this draft just passed. Like the first 3 rounds, if I'm not mistaken, or 4 rounds, all defense. They used almost every single pick on defense because they know they have to address it.
All right, they got the corner out of Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley.
That was Caleb Farley, number 1. That's going to be a huge help, especially if it's not an issue.
They got the offensive tackle at the second round pick, Dylan, the guy from Notre.
A tackle in the second round.
Yeah.
Keep going. Tell me what else they have. It's either defense or O-line.
And then rounds 3, they got 2. They got 2 picks. At the 92nd pick, they got Monty Rice, the linebacker out of Georgia. And at the 100 pick, they got the corner out of Washington, Elijah Molden.
2 corners in. See, the D line isn't an issue in Tennessee. The D line, even though they were trying to, Cam Wade got hurt, and then the Clowney situation or whatever, but they need to get better in the secondary, and they need more help in the linebacker. They actually have really good linebackers, but they needed to upgrade even more. So they fixed their offensive line issue because they had an all-pro, if I'm not mistaken, retire.
Marcus says Tennessee was 30th in red zone defense last year.
Well, that's defense. Yeah, I know.
I know. But you're saying they're bringing all these people on defense.
They invested.
They had one of the worst defenses in the NFL when it came to red zone.
Yes.
That's crazy. He said was 30th in red zone conversions allowed. Wow. That's to have the best offense and the worst defense is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
They had no help, and they had a good team last year. It was just offense. They didn't get any. On defense, they got no help. Look at the playoff game. They got no help on defense. None. It was insane, man. But they loaded up. They went after defense, man. Look at this. Like let me finish. They got Caleb Farley at cornerback. They did go O tackle in the second round because they needed to replace their all-pro tackle that they lost. Well, he retired. Then Monty Rice at linebacker. Then they went Elijah Molden at cornerback, who I believe is underrated. That kid is pretty nice. Then they went Rashard Weaver, defensive end out of Pittsburgh. Then they went Racy McMath, the wide receiver out of LSU. That was just because they lost too many weapons, but it doesn't matter because they got Julio now. And then they went Brady Breeze, the safety out of Oregon. You see, the only 2 offensive players they got was the tackle that they had to replace and a wide receiver because they lost their tight end, Jonnu, to New England. But they got Julio, so that was a wash. It didn't even matter. They went safety, cornerback, linebacker. And defensive end, all defense.
They're also all rookies, and they're also not all going to hit.
Well, understand this: they're all rookies, right? But guess who would have been one of the highest graded prospects over Jalen Phillips, over Patrick Surtain Jr. had it not been for the little back surgery situation that happened? Caleb Farley would have been in the top 5. Caleb Farley Caleb Farley without any injury concern, hands down, would have been the best defensive player in this draft. A lot of people can argue that straight up.
I like Javon Holland.
Me too. But Caleb Farley, listen, I'm telling you, Steven, I don't mean to say it's not even close, but Caleb Farley would have been the best defensive player in this draft if people didn't have concern. And he was still the best defensive player in this draft coming in until everybody got news. What, he just had a little surgery? Is that? And everybody swears it's not an issue. It was a minor thing, this and that. But teams got scared of cutting on backs. And according to Caleb Farley, I'm just fine. I don't know why everybody's freaking out, but Caleb Farley is a day 1 starter and going to be a starter as long as there's no hiccups with the surgery. And look at what they did in Look at what the kid did and just won a Super Bowl his rookie year in Tampa. What's his name again? Gosh, I keep on the rookie.
Defense.
The rookie. They'll say it in the comment section because my mind skips me sometimes. I mean, I don't know why. I don't
sometimes.
Know. All the time. I don't know why I skip it because I know the kid so well. And when they said, I'm gonna be like, I don't know why I didn't remember his name.
Chris Johnson says that's how it goes. You can't be good at everything. Defense sucks. Offense is good. You can be number one in run, but not in pass. You can't rule everything. But that is the goal for every team. It is the goal
Tennessee
for every team.
is about to be number one in rush and potentially pass. But they're going to suffer on defense unless these guys make. But here's the deal. All I'm
Do
saying
you automatically put them? Are they above Kansas City?
They're right there with Kansas City.
Wow.
They're slightly above Buffalo. They're slightly above Buffalo. I'm surprised nobody has named the kid in Tampa Bay yet.
All this hype, all this Fairley hype just for Waddle to cook his ass too. Jabari Victor.
Listen, y'all can call it whatever you want. You can be a homer all you want. But Caleb Farley.
That's why I love TD coming in here and bringing people back down to earth.
They say I'm the one take them in space.
But you lie to yourself, you lie to anyone.
Yeah, you lie to yourself, you lie to whoever. If you lie to yourself, you will lie to whoever.
All right, man. Let me ask you, what do you think about OTAs? Because that's the Dolphin chat for this morning on Clock Blackers.
It's beautiful.
How important do you think it is? You know, do you think because look, here's the thing. There were a lot of photos, a lot of videos coming out this weekend from the Miami Dolphins of things from OTAs. And a lot of the comments in the social media were, guys, it's just OTAs. It's not that big a deal. And it just rubbed me the wrong way reading it. Like, it rubbed me the wrong way.
You know, same people need to be quiet about Tua last year. They need to be quiet and say that, hey, just because he didn't have OTAs and everything, it doesn't make sense. OTAs are everything. It's where you get the technical knowledge and the foundation of having a good grasp of what we're trying to do. And then whenever we come to camp, we put it all together. The problem is if you don't have OTAs, you're going into camp trying to understand the fundamentals of what we're trying to do. And you're already behind. OTAs, they are everything. The thing I didn't like about this year's OTAs, I love the 90% attendance or 85% attendance. The issue is we had some very key players not in attendance. You know, we had a lot of people there. Thank you, Walk It Like We Talk It, Winfield Jr., okay, Travis Winfield Jr., all right? That's who it was, all right? But we had a lot of people in attendance. But we didn't have like key players. So let me give you an example. So when we say, Tua threw a nice pass here on an out to Parker, Jacoby Brissett, nice seam pass. Xavier Howard wasn't out there. Jerome Baker wasn't out there. I mean, there's several guys that weren't out there.
But all right, I got you. So if a player's called the coach, and I'm contradicting myself with this own statement, but I feel like the need to defend these guys a little bit too, at least in that situation in the mini camps. If they called him up and said, hey, bro, this is what I got going on, in your mind, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with it. In your mind, they should have changed their plans and attended minicamp.
No. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a problem with the guys that didn't come not coming. Again, we still benefit from minicamp. We benefit from a standpoint of people can understand their roles, responsibilities, checks, alerts, all that good stuff that Tua say that he didn't grasp last year or certain players. It's a benefit period. It's just a head start of getting repetitions and learning plays and knowing what we're trying to do. And if you don't have that, then you're bringing that into camp. So you're already behind the teams that do have it. It's just that simple. But in regards to the people who didn't show up, they're doing their own workout. They're pros. They're some of the best on the team. They need to come in with their A game. They've been given the same playbook. Hopefully they learn it at the same, level. So I don't see an issue with the guys that didn't come, but OTA, everything is important. The
Right now it
workouts are important. I don't care if it's me and Jesse Davis sitting on the bench getting to know each other better, bonding as brothers better. That's important. It's important.
Somebody wrote in the comments earlier that there was only 6 padded practices last year.
But that's the NFL rules. That's every year. Every team, the NFLPA has an agreement with the the NFL Players Association has an agreement with the NFL. These are the things that they bargain in the collective bargaining agreement. These guys don't want to go to practice every day, get beat up, and have to play on Sunday, and the body's all hurt. So you can only have but like 7 or something like that. I got to go look at the exact number. You're only allowed to have a certain amount of padded practices. So the coaches have to be very wise in when they choose it. Some coaches go ahead and get them all out of the way right away. They get them all in that first week after the first game. In the first 2 weeks, they get all the padded practices out of the way. But some coaches
do joint practices count in that, by the way?
Joint practices?
Is that counted in the how many practices they have?
No, that's camp. Unless they scrimmage. I guess
because here's the thing I said about last week. I said I didn't realize that it was even on the table till I saw the press conference, right? I said, man, with only 3 preseason games, joint practices this year would have been a really cool thing to have. And so I didn't think they were going to do it. And then in Flo's press conference, he's like, yeah, we've already talked to a couple teams, or we just got to figure out what the NFL's rules are. But yeah, that's probably going to happen.
Yeah, that's always a positive. The problem is I hope we don't joint practice with a team that we're going to play. Because remember, we
usually do with Jacksonville or we do with Tampa.
And we
play both of them.
We play both of them. You know, if
we've done Carolina,
if we do get to have a joint practice, if I were the Dolphins, I'd be hitting Tennessee up now
for a joint practice.
Yeah, because that's the element that you're like. You don't have to run into that element.
That's pretty
much at all in the NFL, where you got the number 1 rushing attack, and now you might have one of the top 5 passing attacks in the NFL, if not number 1 when it's all said and done. That'll be a good test for your defense in camp to really get out there and see. It's not about showing that you can stop them. It's about realizing where your deficiencies are and maybe starting to, think of schemes. Because you're going to get Tennessee when they're running on all cylinders at the peak, when they're at their best. You have them in the last 4 games of the season. They're going to be running on everything's going to be clicking at that point. Any concerns of chemistry or anything, we're going to get them when that's not even a concern.
I would love to see us go. Now that you say that, I'm like, hell, I wouldn't even mind if Baltimore was one of those teams that we scrimmaged against, just because they have our number,
Yeah, Baltimore ain't got our number. We just got to do better stopping the run, and that's what we brought the guys that we brought in to do. I'm telling you, Lamar is not going to have the same success against Jalen Phillips, and Ogba has been very stout in the run game. You bring in Bernard McKinney. Listen, we're good. We're good in the run game this year. That's the biggest improvement on this defense, where our run defense should really be stout now. And Lamar Jackson's going to have to really throw the ball. In our secondary, he has no shot anyway. I mean, I'm not worried about Baltimore this year. Baltimore is going to be the one team that takes a major decline this year, in my opinion.
M says, wow, TD foolish talk.
Oh, EM? That's pretty typical.
Now, A-Rod said he agrees with you. So, I mean, I'll play both sides there. Dude, what have you been going on in your channel lately, man? You've been doing
I've been MIA, man. I've been dealing with some stuff off the camera, man. Both of my little ones are a little sick, and plus me and the wife are trying to figure out some things at a last minute situation. So we've been missing in action. MIA. I got like 200 messages on Twitter, 100 messages on Instagram. Everybody who's been messaging me.
It's not just me.
No, I saw yours this morning, and I was like, and I saw you like sent it 2 days ago, and I was like, man, I'm watching you right now. Let me hop on the stream. So I've been super busy, man. But yeah, man, I just been very busy lately, man. But I'm hopping in today. I'm gonna get some streams in today. We got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna talk more about this Tennessee thing because we're gonna be playing them. We're gonna be talking about, these rumors that Brian Flores never wanted Tua. That little small information.
Give me a little insight about that. What do you think? Just a little small piece. I don't want you to give away too much.
Really, it's not even.
It's ridiculous.
Hopefully, EM's available later because me and him have talked about it, and his thoughts on it are very interesting. But for me, man, it's something that you'll never prove, nor you'll never prove to be true, nor will you prove to be false. But it was a report, a reputable source got it from another source that they're not naming. But at the same token, the original source that's reporting it, a lot of people know that they're, in tune. But at the same token, man, I'm basically going to do a stream talking about if it's true, this is what it means, or, what it did mean. And if it's not true, this is what it means and what it, why it doesn't matter. So
AB's calling you out. He said TD loves talking about how nobody wants to LOL.
No, I report the news. That means there are a lot of people out there reporting how no one wants Tua. So when I report it, they want to put it on me. But that's fine. Those people actually can't add 1 + 1.
I love you, AB. I didn't say that. That was TD.
AB attacks me every chance he gets, man. But it's all good, man. 1 + 1 = 2.5, AB. All right? It's 2.5, bro. If a report comes out today, Flores never wanted Tua, and I report on it, I'm the 2.5 in that equation because all of a sudden TD saying nobody wanted Tua. How did that come to me? I'm reporting what another article is, but
he said 1 + 1 = 3.
See, he's wrong. It's 2.5. See, you're still wrong. See, it's just bad, Steve. It's bad. Who doesn't? Come on, bro. You can't even get your wrongness right.
So I have let people kind of know, although the details just haven't been worked out just yet, that you're going to be taking over the morning show for a little bit while I go on vacation.
Yes. We're gonna be having parties every morning, y'all. Super parties. Y'all already know what time it is. We're gonna have some fun. So get ready, get your coffee. 8:30 a.m. to 9:30.
No, it's 8:30 to 10 now.
8:30 to 9:45. So we're gonna have some fun, y'all.
That's all right. You can do the show whenever you want. Just make it more than 5 minutes.
All right, 6 it is.
6 it is. No, man, I'm super excited about it. I've had a lot of positive feedback. I'm going to North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Iowa, Montana.
Take pictures, man. Enjoy the time with the wife.
Mount Rushmore. Going. Yeah, I'm just my wife got 11 more states to get in.
That's what's up, man. Hey, you're getting them done though.
We're going to 7. I think we're going to 7. So
shout out to AB, man. He said, "Hey TD, I also defend you in other channels when people talk about you. Ask people.
He does on this channel a lot,
but he punches me up all day. Every time I see AB comments, man, he throwing them quick jabs, and I'm just like, oh.
Hey, did you watch the fight last night?
A little bit of it, man.
I mean, how ridiculous was that? Like, how horrible of it? Like,
that's what it is, though.
It's a money grab, bro. It's so infuriating.
That's the beauty of Floyd Mayweather. He's built a career where now he has the cachet to grab $100 million whenever he wants.
Bone says, "taps TD in this B."
He said, "B."
The 2 big Texans signing haven't showed up. It's been quiet. Wondering if those Texan guys waiting on their quarterback to show up. Fantasy fandom. I guess their first couple of draft picks haven't even showed up to OTAs.
They ain't a big. They'll be there with mandatory.
Or they're free agents. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Those guys will be there once the time comes. And
AB
if not,
AB says only one disagreement with you. It's Tua. That's all.
Hey, you can disagree with me all you want. Tua is our quarterback, man. You got to stop hating on him, AB.
That's every Floyd Mayweather fight. All garbage, and the very reason I don't pay for his fights.
Yeah, but as long as he get enough people to pay for it, that's all that matters, and that's what happens, man. And Chad, took his L.
Yo, he took his L, but he took it with class.
Yeah, it wasn't like Nate, boy.
It
wasn't like Nate.
There was no memes of like. I remember watching. So here, I went to my buddy's house to watch the Nate Robinson fight. And boy, I just felt bad for him. I just felt bad for him because I knew the moment it happened, I said, wait for it. Let me wait for my Twitter. Yep. Because all the memes, I mean, they were there. Like, Twitter did not disappoint with those memes about Nate Robinson at all. At all. Jabari says if Tua balls out, TD got to buy his jersey.
I got accustomed to a jersey now. So, but, you know, it is what it is, man. If he balls out, he balls out. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to ball out. So all the people that hate me and they be like, oh, I told you so, they can come on back. I'll be like, yeah, you were right. I was wrong. Like it's going to matter.
All right, guys, we're at 46 likes. I want to get to 50 before I get
Push
off.
that like button, guys. Hey, Steven, man. So the whole weekend, man, I was just sitting there, man, just living on a high. Like, why nobody want to listen to me, especially in this world of basketball, man? I told y'all the Heat wasn't going to get out the first round. Told y'all that.
I knew.
Then the LeBron lovers, I told you why he wasn't Jordan again, once again proven. And then I told you the Clippers going to win it all, but y'all want to keep on. All right, y'all going to see.
Dallas gave them a run for their money, bro.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, okay. You got a first round.
I watched that game.
It reminds me of Boston back in 08 when they kept going 7 rounds with Chicago. They would go 7 rounds with, you know, all those little teams that gave them a run because they had this crazy hot shooting. But that's why it's a 7-game series. And that's why the NBA has the best system of 7 games. In 7 games, you really show up. All the anomalies disappear. In 7 games, the anomalies disappear. Everything comes back down to earth to a degree. And that's what happened. And the Clippers are going to win it all, and people need to just face that. The Heat are a big piece away, but I have the full faith and confidence.
Let me ask you, if
the Heat will get that piece next year.
If the Heat get Kawhi.
Okay.
Or before I even get to that question, number one, guys, 47 likes, get to 50, hit that donate button, let's go. If the Heat get, if the Clippers don't win it all,
okay,
or if they do win it all, does Kawhi stay or does Kawhi go? That's the first part of the question.
You don't know because he left Toronto after winning it all, so that's his choice.
You think he's happy in LA?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's happy in LA for the simple fact that he prefers to be in LA, bought these big, more than one home, big homes. I know some people have homes everywhere, even if they play other places, but LA is the prime spot for like NBA players. They love it in LA. They get that. And then on top of it, if he wins in LA, he's actually going to become the king of LA. He's actually going to have people start to become Clippers fans over Lakers fans because there's too much
Anthony Anderson last night, he was all over that sideline last night.
Yeah, man, listen, man, I'm telling you now, the Lakers are in trouble Kawhi can become the king of LA. LeBron is washed.
I'm not gonna have that conversation with you.
Yeah, I have it with anybody. LeBron ain't never been what people think he is. What he is a bully who gets everybody around him cold. He's a bully that gets everybody around him. Still a great player at what he does. He's like the greatest Dame Lillard. He's the greatest like one-on-one, hey, go get it for the team guy. But he does not make people around him better. People think because he gets a few assists here and there. He actually diminishes other stars' game. Kevin Love averaging freaking 30 a game. He give with LeBron, he averaging negative 30. Might as well be. This is what LeBron has always been. And let me tell you, this is the biggest knock. I listen, LeBron
people hate on that man for no reason.
Listen, LeBron is
now
a great.
You're gonna make me rebuttal,
bro. LeBron is a great player, but let me tell you the biggest issue with LeBron. He is truly a front runner. I've been studying this man for over 15 years now. This is the story of LeBron. Fourth quarter, 3 minutes left. If he's up, he loves jacking up those 30-foot 3-pointers. And if he makes it, yeah, I'm the guy. If he misses it, we're already up by 5 or more. It doesn't matter. But when they're tied or down, he never takes the shot. And if he misses it more than he makes it. And he always talk about, I'm making the right play and pass. That is the story of LeBron. He is not clutch like. Let me tell you, the NBA had to change the definition of clutch for LeBron. Nobody talks about this. See, back in the day, clutch was game winner, last 30 seconds. You know, it was an unspoken thing. Now, when it comes to LeBron James, just to make him look close to Jordan, they changed the definition of clutch because Jordan kills him in clutch. But they want to, actually, LeBron is more clutch. The definition of clutch is any go-ahead basket in the last 2-3 minutes or whatever. Go ahead. see. So
I appreciate it, Qwerty.
You
do sound like Skip Bayless right now.
Anyway, I can sound like it all at once, but you can't deny these facts. I sit there and watch games, and LeBron with 40 seconds left, he could be with 40 seconds left, and the game could be tied. He'll never take that 30-foot jumper. And if he ever does,
TD, name one comparable player to LeBron in the last 18 years.
None. How about that? But that's the whole point. I don't debate LeBron's greatness. I only debate his comparison to Michael Jordan. It's not even close. That's why you want to say 18 years, and I'll give you that. You better say 18. No. Let me back up for a second. First of all, this man ain't even better than Kobe. Yeah, people need to stop the blasphemy. They disrespect Kobe on every single level. Kobe intentionally tried to get away from Shaq just to prove how great he was, and he did it.
LeBron make me walk out my own show.
LeBron around here lobbying with people, mamas and their aunties. Hey, tell your nephew or your son to come play with me. Blah, 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 blah. Listen, Kobe was running away from Shaq to prove how great he was, and he did it. He succeeded. What's Kobe's final record? Y'all can't sit here and tell me how LeBron is better than Kobe.
This man went to 9 straight NBA finals.
In a week.
9 straight NBA finals.
In a weak Eastern Conference. Let's sit here and be honest. The first 10 years of his career outside of Boston was a cakewalk. Let's be honest. It was the biggest cakewalk ever.
I'll do you one better. LeBron's losses in the finals were against better teams than any one of Michael Jordan's teams that he won against.
Call it how you want, but Jordan has always had less than LeBron. Jordan had Pippen. Name somebody past that outside of the defensive rodman.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You talk to me. Tell me, Kerr. Steve Kerr. You act like Steve Kerr was a top player in the league.
Steve Kerr, they wouldn't have won 6 championships without him, bro. They wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have won.
You trap yourself, Steven. That's what everybody want to sit there and say. Steve Kerr is popular. Steve Kerr is a coach. He's always been around. He hit the big 3. And think about that 3. Think about when you watch the whole Jordan documentary. When he looked at Steve Kerr, see, that's leadership when he could tell you, okay, be ready. I'm coming to you. And Steve Kerr, I got it. I'm going to be ready. See, that's the difference. That's the difference when the GOAT tells you he coming to you versus I just made the right play and they missed it. No, I'm telling you this. I already know what you see. Jordan knew what was going to happen. I'm going to draw this, and I've been seeing it. See, that's the difference. Jordan, the whole game in that game was drawing the double, still jacking up the shot and banking it. Money.
Marcus, I agree. I've never seen so much.
I'm giving this one to you, Kerr. I'm giving this one to you. See, that's the difference. LeBron, I had to make the right play. No, you ain't no GOAT. You scared to take the right play. Take it. That's the difference between LeBron and Jordan. Jordan took everything he got. LeBron walked into
because he had to.
Thank you. So if LeBron lost 5 finals, there was things he had to do that he didn't do. Thank you for making my point.
He played against better teams.
Nope. You had too many games.
That Clippers team is better than any team. Better than the Jazz team. Better than the Suns team. Better than the Supersonics team. That damn Golden State Warriors team is better than any team Michael Jordan played against.
But you're making my point, Steve. You're making my point. He had too many opportunities to he had too many opportunities to actually win the game, and he didn't take it. He deferred, and said it was the right play. See, Jordan would have taken it. That's the only point I'm making. This isn't about whether the team was great or not. Greatness has nothing to do with in a final moment where you have a chance to win and you said you made the right play. Greatness, it don't matter the competition. If you were in it with 10 seconds left and the ball was in your hand, it don't matter how good the other team was. You were in it. Jordan would have taken it. 5 times, Stephen, this man lost in the finals. And don't forget, one of the losses against Dallas, he was actually trash in the series. He was trash in the series. Don't forget, that series, it wasn't a case of him putting up
that
40
first year in
and
Miami.
the team not helping.
Talking
He
about that
was
first year in Miami.
And?
The one where he was with Chris Bosh and D. Wade.
So it was the first year. Boston came together in the first year and got it done.
Oh, my God, TD.
Did Boston not come together in the first year and got it done? And they were way removed from their prime than D-Wade, Bosh. Those guys were in the optimum point of their prime when they first got together in the first year and lost. But, no, and back up. Hold on. First of all, you said their first year together? I don't know about that. Was that their first year together whenever they lost against Dallas?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? You're right because
I know
KG,
I am.
I remember KG
I know everything. I've seen this man for many years, TD.
Because they got past the Celtics in 7 games or something when KG got hurt. When KG went down. That was the game Rondo put up 44 points. I'll never forget. I remember now because they robbed him and didn't call the foul on D-Wade into the game.
Is that the one where he tripped into the referee?
Get out of here, man. And D-Wade trying to break the man's arm and all that. But my whole point of the matter is, Steven, this man had a finals against Dallas where he actually was trash. He actually didn't play well. What did you just say? Immediately say, I'll be honest, I can't
What about when the Spurs destroyed LeBron and company? LeBron killed. Go back and watch that 2000. I think it was like 2007. All right, go back and watch that damn finals, M. Okay, because if you go back and look at that finals, that they did get swept, Cleveland, the whole damn series, it was LeBron versus the 5 Spurs. It was LeBron versus there was nobody else on that Cleveland team. Nobody. Not one person.
Bro. See, this is you know what? This has always been a problem with LeBron's career. It's y'all LeBron ears. It's y'all LeBron ears. Let me tell y'all, I have been on the record saying LeBron
Guys, hit
James,
that like button.
Wait, what is he now? He's 4 for 6 or something like that. What is he in finals records?
He's 4 and 6.
4 and 6 in finals records. I've been on the record saying that this man would at least be 7 and 3 in the finals if he actually ran an offensive system. Instead of one-on-one isolation, LeBron drive to the basket, bully, kick all day. That's not a system. That's just the drive, use your power. If the defense collapse, makes the right play. Or if they don't collapse, make the basket. He never was in a system. See, this is the problem with LeBron. He's always lost to teams who moved the ball and played team basketball. Those are all his losses. It's always against a team who's built to play team basketball. He lost against the Celtics where KG wasn't the best player, Paul wasn't the best player, Rondo wouldn't, Ray Allen wouldn't. They moved that ball better than anybody in the league that year. They actually had a system. They actually ran plays. LeBron is too ISO. That's why players had to bail him out. And that's another thing. That's another thing. The man is 4 and 6 in the finals. So he won 4 times. 2 of them times he got bailed out. If it wasn't for Kyrie's big shot, never would have happened. If it wasn't for Ray Allen's big shot, never would have happened. And you think
that Michael did it all by himself, bro?
Tell me the time somebody hit a big shot to bail Michael outside. Outside of the one time he told Steve Kerr, I'm coming to you. He told, and another thing, it ain't like LeBron said, hey, Kyrie, I'm coming to you. That was a blown play, and Kyrie made it happen. It ain't like Ray Allen, he said, I'm coming to you. It was a missed shot by LeBron. There was an offensive rebound by Bosh that went out to, it was a missed shot by LeBron, an offensive rebound by Bosh that went to Ray Allen. See, this man ain't had nothing to even do with those.
Jaconda. You know what? Hold up. Jaconda, I'm sending you a message, bro. You need to get on this. Because
once again, he's great. See, I'm not debating with people on whether LeBron's great or not. I'm talking about the reason why he's 4-6 in the finals. He has always taken away people's game. When you brought Kevin Love in, who was one of the best passing big men in the league and could shoot the three and was a great scorer, averaging 30 a game, and you minimize this man because you want to isolation drive all day and shoot the ball 20 times in a row and pass it to him in the last second in the clutch and expect for him to be the guy to bail you out. And then everybody want to rag on Love instead of realizing it's because LeBron James draws his teammates cold.
You know what?
That's why him and Dwayne Wade had a little spat where Dwayne said he had to relish it to him, but that spat allowed Dwayne to get off himself, and that helped him. I'm telling y'all, LeBron, the biggest downfall is he's the guy, he's the ISO guy. He's the ISO guy. He's the one that wants to do it all except in the clutch. And you mess your team up. That's why Dallas lost. It's Luka. And then whenever you finally need help, they ain't there because they cold or they don't even know where they flow in this system. And he's a great player and he's your only hope. But that is always going to leave you on a losing side. You're going to have amazing games. You're going to have historic games. But in 7-game series, you're going to lose more than you win. That's the problem. Against the greatest teams, you will lose more than you win. And the problem is y'all don't see it because you love LeBron's numbers. You want him to be the one.
Okay.
Where's all the credit for the 4 wins he got? Why I don't never hear none of the people who love LeBron talk about how impactful the other players on the team were? Why they never see? They want to put everything on.
Y'all
LeBron
donate
like
to this channel. Donate to the channel. Hit that like button.
Come on, man. Nobody wants to talk about the people who actually helped him win. They only want to talk about LeBron, and that's the problem. You're so asphyxiated on him that you want him to score 45 and lose and then blame everybody else. It still makes you feel good because you're a LeBron fan, and it makes you feel like, man, he just needs help. He can't do it all. I mean, the man had 45, 10, and 10. That's what y'all do. Y'all said the man had, as long as if you lose, it's okay as long as he showed that he's great. See, that's y'all problem. That's why he loses in finals. Because y'all are okay with him dropping 50, 10, and 10 or 50, 20, 20, however you want to look at it. But as long as he wasn't the reason, because you're on the defense with him. You don't realize LeBron has never been able to play in the system. That's why he always chooses a coach that he can control instead of a coach that can tell him what he needs to do. And he ran from coaches like Doc Rivers and all of them guys. LeBron has selected every coach that coached him in the NBA. He has selected every coach. He don't want to play in the system. He don't want a coach to tell him, this is what I need you to do. I only need you to score 24 a night. I don't need you to score 40. He don't want that. You know why? He want to be the biggest name. And that's his downfall. He's still great. He's still number 3 on my list all time. That's a great thing. But no, I'm sorry. No, if you want to rise to that occasion.
Let me ask you a question. Mr. TD Phins Talk. If LeBron were to get 2 more rings and get that lucky number 6.
Ain't nothing he can do at this point. There ain't a thing he can do.
Jaconda, I think you need to take a break from work, man, because I can't do it.
Greatest player in the world couldn't beat the Suns.
Bro, Michael Jordan beat great players. He beat Stockton and Karl Malone. He beat Chuck. He didn't beat great teams. He beat great players. LeBron played against great teams. Everybody he's lost to, great team all around. And that is, bro, that's real, man. You're not, there's no getting around that. There's none.
Steven.
Like that Dallas Mavericks team they lost to with Dirk. That was a great team.
Steven.
What?
You keep on making that same argument, but I keep on asking you. How many times did LeBron lose against a great team where he had a chance to win at the end? That's all that matters. I don't care that they're a great team when you can decide the game.
Every LeBron list too would have smoked MJ's Bulls.
See, no. See, y'all want to you want to run away from that. You want to run away. Yeah, that's what y'all LeBroniers do. You run away from that simple question. It doesn't matter that they were great teams. If you had the opportunity, the ball in your hand at the end of the game to win it against a great team, why didn't they?
Corey, why am I a clown? Because LeBron.
Are we getting the answer, y'all? Do y'all see the answer? This is what the LeBroniers do. This is what the LeBroniers do. They won't answer that question.
My loyalty. I grew up in North Carolina, so I always like college basketball more than the NBA.
I don't care nothing about a great team, Steven. You had the chance to knock the great team off. You had the ball in your hand in the critical times. And you lost. Why?
MJ's the GOAT. It's not even close.
Not even close. It's not even comparable. That's the mainstream media making it comparable. In the LeBron-ears are loving it.
Crazy.
The LeBron-ears are eating it up. They love it.
There are things that LeBron James have done on a basketball court that have never been done.
Of course there is.
Beast.
Like losing 4 out of 10 finals.
My God.
Can you tell me who else has lost 4 out of 10 finals?
Who else got there?
Who's lost?
Who else got there, TD?
Steven, for the record, let me educate you on something. That's not an accomplishment. That's actually an insult. That's actually an embarrassment. To justify it by saying who else has gotten there, who cares? You lost in them. I don't care if you went to 50 finals.
Crazy, Stephen D.
I don't care if you went to 50 finals. If you lost them, who cares? You're good enough to lose in the finals. That's what you are. Come on, man. And then he catches a break against Golden State, comes back whenever they literally banned Draymond Green for a game. Come on, man. There's too many factors in his whole career.
If Kyrie hadn't
didn't miss the shot,
won another one.
If Kyrie didn't miss the shot, I mean, if Kyrie missed the shot, he would have one more less. If Ray Allen missed the shot, he'd have 2 less.
They ain't no talking to this dude. You're right. They ain't no talking to him.
Ain't nothing to say because when I pose a question, I get 0 answers.
What's your question?
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all see what I'm talking about? How many times did I already repeat the question? I repeated the question 5 times already. Huh?
All of I heard you talking about for the last 15 minutes is about how bad.
Okay, let me say it again, Steven. It doesn't matter how good the teams were that he played against. At the end of those games, in crucial games, well, let's talk about it. At the end of those crucial games, I don't care if it's 10 seconds left, 30 seconds left, ball game tied, down by 1 or up by 1. You had the ball in your hand, King. You had the ball in your hand. So no matter how good the other team is, you had in the clutchest moments ever a chance to win the game and shut it all down. The great teams you played against, you had the opportunity, LeBron, but he lost most of them. Almost every series. How many times has LeBron came up to the podium in an elimination game in the finals and say, you know, I made the right play? And people, whether they criticize him or not, all the LeBron commentators said he made the right play. The guy got to step up. And all the people who hate LeBron, he got to do it anyway and take the shot. How many times at the end of a finals when they lost in the finals was that the final story of it? How many times was it? And so don't tell me about how great the team was he was playing, because basically what you're saying to me is the team was so great he couldn't front run. The team was so great he couldn't front run to secure the victory, because that's all he's good at is front running.
Let's talk. Let's talk for a second. All right. I need some 1-word answers out of you, not a story answer. Okay. Let me ask you. Is the NBA
before you do, I still didn't get an answer though, Steve. You see what I mean?
Answer it. I'm gonna give you an answer.
Answer it with the question. Come on.
Yes, I am. Okay. Do you think right now that the NBA over the last 15 years there are better players in the NBA this 15 than there were in the prior 15 years?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's one. Number two, do you think teams are assembled differently in the last 15 years than they were in the 15 prior? And I say that as in now everybody wants to create super teams. You know, Golden State, Brooklyn, Miami. You know, no, everybody, Clippers,
yes, the
Lakers.
answer is yes.
Okay, all right. In the 15 years prior, before this 15 years, teams drafted a player, they built them up, and they became what they were. There was not a lot of people changing teams. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it wasn't something that was accustomed.
Okay.
And if they did, it was the team trading that person to another team. It wasn't, I'm a player, I'm requesting to get the hell out of here. That didn't happen 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Okay.
So you're agreeing with me on all
I'm agreeing with you on all of that.
Okay. All right. MJ did not have to face that. MJ is great. I'm not denying his greatness.
He did.
I'm not denying his clutch, his killer instinct. There's no disputing he went 6-0 in the NBA Finals. But the reality is the reason he didn't get to more than 6 were teams like the Celtics, were teams like the Detroit Pistons, who, by the way, both of those teams were complete teams. He did not get around those teams until the end of those dynasties, until the end of the destruction of those teams.
Let me help you. Let me dissect your theory here. Let me obliterate your theory here. Okay. This is what people always do, and they're so wrong in it. Jordan didn't play in this era. So comparing everybody's better in that era to everybody wasn't as great in the last era it's irrelevant. Here's why. The level of competition was still somewhat equally distributed. And let me give you an example. Let's take it off of basketball. If my best 3 players average a 7 on one team, the best 3 players on the other team averaged a 7. And that was what it was back then. Yeah, so if you give Jordan a 10,
there was no Jordan playing Jordan.
No, let me help you out. If you give Jordan a 10 out of 10, and you give Pippen an 8 out of 10, and you give
Jordan a 9 out of Pippen a 9 out of 10 because
Pippen was an 8 out of 10. Pippen was an 8 out of 10. Okay, because that's another thing you got to realize. When you got a 10 out of 10, they actually neutralize the guys around them a little bit. They just like when
Steven, that's the best thing you can do. You're being recorded.
Just like whenever Dwayne Wade and all of them got together, everybody numbers had to go down to a degree. But what I'm saying is that Bulls team, if you look at the roster from start to finish, their average player was about 7. But when you look at, the Jazz, Carmelo and all of those guys, their average player was still around 7. Because you know what the Jazz had? They had a lot more pieces in that 4, 5, 6, 7th range than the Bulls did. They had a lot more mid-range pieces that brought the level of competition was still the same. So when you come
Disagree.
Bro, the teams back then weren't like just crazy. Like the Bulls were just so much better than everybody else. No, Jordan had to fight series after series. His greatness just
Jordan consistently. Let's go look, shall we?
Bro, you look it up, and I'm going to finish my point here. Those teams, all of those teams at that level at that time were still somewhat even. Now, of course, you got some teams that would be an 8 over a 7. That's a given. But you acting like the teams back then, there was a team that was a 9 and everybody else was a 7. No. These were drag out battles. That's what also made Jordan so good. There was too many moments that had to come to the clutch. These other teams were good. That's why they took them down to the wire. That's why they fought with them. That's why it was a lot of game 6s. These teams were winning games against the Bulls. In today's NBA, it's the same thing. Yeah, there's a lot much better players, but every team has better players, so it's still even competition. So everybody's rising. The league is better than it was before, but all the teams are better than they were before. So that argument is so irrelevant of, well, the teams are tougher now. But if Jordan played in this era, he would be a part of one of those tougher teams. So I'm not debating that. Yeah, they're tougher now, but not in comparison, man. They're all great then, and they're all great now. Not all, but y'all get my point. It's not like, like the competition. See, the only way you can make that point if you say there's a super team now that is better than everybody by far.
Let's go to 1991.
Okay,
1991 was the first year of the first three-peat.
Okay.
They faced the Detroit Pistons and swept them in the Eastern Conference Finals. So I said, let me go look at this team. Bill Laimbeer was in his 10th year, and I'm pretty sure, he literally played 2 more years. That was it. So he was on the way downcline of his career. Isaiah Thomas was hurt that year. Played, but was hurt. Only played 2 more seasons. And never really played a full season again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And who else do I got here? Look, Dennis Rodman was in his 4th year, but we know where Dennis went after that and went to Chicago, right? So, All right. So we're looking at all this. Chicago didn't win because they were better than Detroit. Chicago won because Detroit was at the downslope of their dynasty. It was it. It was the end. It was the wrap.
So they were better.
Bro, come on.
At the time, they were better. At the time, okay.
Okay. What I am trying to get at there is that Michael Jordan could not get around a full team. He couldn't get around the Celtics, who had a really, really good team. Couldn't get around the Detroit Pistons, who were a really, really, really good team. Then once he did, he faced – who did they face that first year in the finals? Let's see here. 1991 NBA. 1991 NBA Finals were the Lakers. And that 1991 NBA Finals, let's look at the Lakers. They had Eldon Campbell, Vlade Divac, Magic Johnson, Sam Perkins, Byron Scott, James Worthy. Okay? Jordan averaged, he had 36 points in game 1. Perkins and Worthy had 22 each. Magic Johnson had 11. Like, nobody, I'm looking here, nobody for the Lakers at all, that entire series, had over 30 points for the Lakers. Magic, all of them, they were on the downslope of their career.
Steven?
Yes.
What's the point?
Lakers had a mob and got swept. No, they didn't. But
what's the point?
My point is when LeBron has faced people like Dallas, when he's faced people like Golden State, when he's faced all of these teams in the finals, he's faced them at the prime of those teams, at the best those teams have been, at the height of a complete team.
Okay.
When Michael won, he faced against players that might have been in their prime, but they didn't face complete teams. That Utah Jazz team had Malone and Stockton.
Steven.
I'm listening.
You're wrong.
No, I'm
Let
not.
me tell you why you're wrong. First of all, Jordan got beat up by those Pistons the year before. Okay.
He got straight murdered.
And do you know what changed with the Bulls after that? Like the people they brought in? See, nobody's ever said that Jordan didn't have a good team around him. Nobody ever said that Jordan did everything. And I'll even go a step further to help you understand the way Jordan, look at the way LeBron plays the game and look at the way Jordan plays the game. The biggest mistake for LeBron is being a point guard. I've always said that. The biggest issue with LeBron James was being a point guard versus being a 3. And let me tell you why. It's just like when the Celtics played, I believe it was Cleveland that year, where the Celtics advanced and Cleveland lost. Do you remember that big game? I don't know if it was a game 6. Yeah, you remember that big game, though? It was a game 6 or a game 7 where LeBron had like 46, but Paul Pierce had 44. See,
and they canceled each other out.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Paul Pierce ain't had the ball in his hand, dribbling up the court and initiating everything. He did that in the flow of the offense. That's why I say Paul Pierce had a better game, even though LeBron's overall stats were better. Paul Pierce did it in the flow of the offense. LeBron was the offense because he never's run a system. He don't run a system. He may run a set play out of the timeout, but he ain't running a system. Jordan did it out of a set offense. The reason why Jordan was losing so much early on, go watch the documentary. Phil told Jordan, we got to run you in an offense. We got to stop putting the ball in your hand. Don't forget, the beginning of Jordan's career before he won, he was the LeBron James. Ball in his hand at every time, at every second. That's the issue. If your biggest player can get what he gets in the flow of the offense, now you can't guard him. Now you can't guard him because it can come in any different way. But LeBron only has to deal with, all right, here we go. LeBron's coming down. We got to deal with this behemoth. We got to take it. Oh, this is going to be tough. But they got to focus. But Jordan never started winning playoff series and finals until he did it in the flow of an offense. Go watch the documentary.
Hit that like button.
Before the documentary came out, I said the reason why Jordan took off is because the offense wasn't ran through him anymore. They ran the offense through the post in Chicago. They would get it. That's part of the triangle. They would get it down below. They start rotating the triangle, and Jordan had options of, okay, the defense playing it like this, I can slash. The defense playing it like that, I can come here. Or I can draw that lane, and my guy behind me should be open. They ran a system. And Phil Jackson told him, we need you to step back a little. So that's what made Jordan so great. He actually took a step back and was more productive doing it. The ball wasn't in his hand all the time. And guess what? Like a true champion, the only time the ball was primarily in his hand, last 3 minutes of the game. That's when it was Jordan time. Everything outside of the last 3 minutes was in a system. It was in a system. That's the problem. So all of this, he played guys at the end of their career, blah, 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 blah. Man, these guys were 1 year removed from dogging them. 1 year removed from dogging them, and then he comes back and sweep them. He said almost swept every team in the league except the Lakers. They won one game. In the next year, and competition got better and better. And you sit here and say Malone and Stockton were the only guys. They had shooters, man. They had good players on that team. Was everybody superstars? No, but they were the same equivalents of Tony Kukoc, Ron Harper, and all them guys. The only difference is Jordan made his supporting cast look better because he was so efficient in what he did, and they had a system. They ran a system. And like I said, if LeBron James would actually submit to a great coach that puts him in a system, he would have been 7-3 in the finals, and he would have been the GOAT. I believe that. He ruined his own GOATness by trying to be in control of everything.
So do you think LeBron is number 2 all time?
Number 3, Kobe. Kobe proved it. Kobe's done it. Kobe and Kobe did it to Kobe shot a lot more and this and that and this, but at the same token, when it was on the line, Kobe took it. What was Kobe's final record, man? Kobe took it. You know it was him that took it. When they got it, he took it. He was the big guy. In the clutch, in the moment they needed him the most, he was the guy, not a deferred passer. Now, I understand that, Derek Fisher, Robert Horry hit some big shots and all of that, but them big shots still came right before Kobe closed the deal. So LeBron is number 3 in my book. And here's the thing, when people who say I insult LeBron, how could I be insulting somebody by saying he had the potentials and all the intangibles and the physical attributes to be the GOAT? He should have been the GOAT. He should have been the GOAT. But his biggest downfall, he never played in a system. He always wanted to be bigger than the team, but yet hide behind the cover of I'm a team player because I defer. No, play in a system and you ain't never got to defer. Deferring is part of the system. And then in the clutch, since you got a lot of energy now, since you didn't have to give it all up during the game, now you gonna be the guy. But he didn't want to take that route. And I'm not even going to blame LeBron, and here's why. It's a new era NBA.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
He's the mogul. He's the controller. He's the ambassador. He's the new era of if you're a star, you demand and you get what you want. You run it the way you want. Clutch Sports has created a monopoly in the NBA. He'll always be able to get what he wants because Clutch Sports contracts too many players and has too much influence with the media. And that's a powerful empire that they've built. Off the court, LeBron James will be the biggest over time. He will be the biggest. He should eclipse Jordan. And now the Jordan brand will always be bigger than any shoe he ever makes. But business-wise overall,
that's my wall full of LeBron shoes.
I ain't knocking LeBron shoes. I don't buy them because I only put the greatest on my feet. So but I'm not knocking his shoes. I just only wear I want to wear the greatest. You know, that's just where I'm at with it. But
Zion Williams show how great those shoes really are.
Yeah, that's fine.
Busting out of them.
Yeah, and Zion need to start winning playoff series and getting there, So all that doesn't matter. You could be great. What, didn't LeBron try to sign Luka? And you see what I mean? So at the end of the day, listen, you can have the brand all you want. Nobody will surpass the Jordan brand. It's too late. You just can't do it now.
I am an active wearer and supporter of LeBron.
Well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. You're doing your part. You're on a losing team. An uphill battle that'll never be able to go over the top. Right? But I'm just saying, LeBron is, in my opinion, the 3rd greatest of all time. If you say he's the 2nd greatest of all time, I don't argue with you. I just say, okay, that's your opinion. That's fine. And I'm not, and it's not a bad thing to say he's the 2nd. I wouldn't be mad at anybody saying he's the 2nd. But his biggest downfall was never playing in the system and always selecting his coach. Always selecting his coach. Always selecting his coach. And it's always been the case of where he's had control over his coach. Always. He couldn't be coached by no Doc Rivers. He couldn't be coached by Phil Jackson. He couldn't be coached by these guys because they would lower his role. But unfortunately, he didn't see the vision how it would have made him bigger than Jordan. He wouldn't have saw that. He wants to have control.
He should never left Miami. That's what ruined him.
It still didn't matter. It still wouldn't have mattered. The East has always been a cakewalk for LeBron anyway. You talk about the resistance he's had in the East. Outside of Boston early on, he has never had resistance in the East. Name me the resistance he's had in the East outside of Boston in the early years of his career.
He hasn't.
What resistance has he had? So the only thing LeBron fans hold on to is who he faced in the West. But look how much you have to go through to get there.
Here's what I think about this year too, right? So my thing of this year is there was no we're asking the Heat and the Lakers to pretty much play 2 seasons back to back. I mean, there was 6 weeks off. That was it. That's a lot. That's a lot, CD, for a player.
But that ain't why they lost. That's not that they have. See, the Heat. First of all, you didn't have a number 2 star, and the person you brought in got hurt, and you relied on all those shooters. instead of keeping that at least the same core together and being patient and having more trade capital.
I'm not denying that some of those didn't play a factor, but you have to admit that. I mean,
what chance did you think you'd have?
What are you talking about?
Who was your number 2 star
in Miami?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that I'm not arguing that fact with you. What I am saying is, my whole point is there was literally like 6 weeks off from the end of the finals to the beginning of the next season.
I guess what I'm saying, even if you had a full off season, you weren't going to beat the Bucks with Drew Holiday.
But I don't think they would have gotten the 6 seed. I don't think they would have gotten the 6 seed. I think it would have been a lot easier for them to get the 4 or the 5, and they would have beat Atlanta or the Knicks.
Okay, that's fine, but all for a second round loss anyway. Yeah, no matter how you want to slice it. In the Lakers, they would have been just fine had Anthony Davis not gotten hurt. But the greatest player of all time was supposed to be at least a little bit better than that.
He's in his 18th year.
So now we're allowed to start using that. Because had he actually been clutch and played well and stopped missing so many freaking shots, see, that's another thing. We talk about he in his 18th season, but LeBron still got it. I ain't gonna let nobody fool nobody on that. LeBron still has it. The problem is, once again, he wasn't front running. And how many times in this series that he just lost, he was shooting all these jumpers and kept missing them. But then at the end of the game, when it looked like they finally were making a little run, he would drive to the basket and do what he knows how to do best. And they would actually be efficient. See, he don't know how to pick and choose his spots as well unless he's front running. There's this mental thing going on with LeBron in his career. He's a front runner, bro. I'm telling you, because if he's up, he feels so confident and comfortable jacking up a shot and banging it in. And everybody's like, he's a great. But when he's down and it's a struggle, he jacks up those shots and misses it. And then he'll miss 3 in a row. And then when Kyle Kuzma do something stupid, he'll look at him like, man, come on, play right. Like, come on, LeBron, you just missed 3 freaking back-to-back. When you should have drove, you just got lazy.
I tell people this all the
Or
time.
you're tired.
Now, I will admit you on this. LeBron, every single time, bro, just go to the basket. If you went to the basket every single play, you'd have 50 or 60 points a night. There's no doubt in my mind, because nobody's dominating him inside the paint.
But
if
again,
he's driving to the paint.
But again, Steven, we got to be honest. I don't care if you're in your prime. People need to recognize in a game where a guy plays 40 minutes, going to the basket every time is unrealistic. That's why you don't know a single player that's always driven into the basket. Give me a single player.
No, I'm not saying that. I got you. I understand.
It's too much. It's too wearing on you. Then you get to the fourth quarter and you have no gas and you wonder why they're not clutch.
But when you're in the playoffs and you're like that's my biggest thing about LeBron. And I've said that. I think if he just went to the hole more,
yeah, but there'd
be a lot of games that they lost. That they
I can't knock him on that, because you have to balance it. It's too much. You can be dead in the fourth quarter. Remember some of Jimmy Butler's best games in the finals last year. He would dominate just driving and this and that, but then he just went ghost, missing everything, not even wanting to be aggressive because he's hiding the fact that he is exhausted. It's a lot. But that's why LeBron's biggest downfall is never playing in a system. If he played in a system, he would have energy for the entire 40 minutes.
Triangle.
That's LeBron's fault, because he never wanted to. Let me tell you something about LeBron. Every time he had a decision, quote unquote, the decision, he's always had an opportunity. They have always showed that he's had an opportunity to go to a dominant coach. A great coach. Instead, he's always picked this up-and-coming coach that he made into a quote-unquote great coach, because they won with him because it was him.
Hit that like button. Yeah, man,
Name LeBron James's coaches.
Tyronn Lue.
Do you like Tyronn Lue?
I do like Ty Lue a lot.
Is he a great coach?
I don't think he's a great coach yet. but I think he.
Eric Spoelstra, is he a great coach?
Yes.
Lies.
Eric Spoelstra is a great coach.
Eric
bro.
Spo, and I said this when y'all won the championship. Y'all think Eric Spo is that great of a coach? No, he's a good coach. He's not a great coach because you got to show me what you can do when your best players are hurt and things like that. There was mental lapses this team was having, and that's where the coaches come in. Eric Spo is not a great coach. He's blind. Y'all blinded by the fact that he won y'all a championship, but look who he did it with,
bro.
Come on, man. What has he done? Won with LeBron in a big three? You don't earn your greatness until you show what you could do without it all. At least still be comparable and competitive. Yes. Well, look what he did last year in the finals. Yes, Carter. Your paper? Hold on. What time is it?
About that time.
Oh, well, we got 6 minutes and we're going to do your school lessons, okay?
I love it.
It's color time. There you go right there. They're going to book.
Hey, so that's just to say that when TD runs the morning show, he's not going 6 hours like I did on Friday.
Oh, no. I told you, man, about I'm actually late on an appointment. You got me talking about LeBron and how trash he is. Nah, he ain't trash. I'm just playing. But listen, man, he got his deficiencies.
Because you know that gets me.
Hey, AB said LeBron is the system. I agree, and that's the problem. When your player is a system, that's the problem. That's always been the issue.
Bro, I appreciate you coming on this morning, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Listen, man, at the end of the day, LeBron ain't the guy.
Oh, my God.
The greatest of all time. Just get over it, Steven.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I know you can. You're a LeBroneer.
I am not a LeBron.
No. Let me say it right. You're a LeBroneer. LeBroneer.
All right, so a Tua-neer is somebody that wherever Tua goes, that loyalty goes, right?
Yes.
So damn, I guess I am a LeBron-aneer.
LeBroneer. See, there's two things with the LeBroneers though.
Because
wherever LeBron goes, they go, and then you add in the fact of even if you lose, as long as he get 40, 15, and 15, he the GOAT. It ain't his fault. See, that's where y'all messed up mentally. As long as he get his points and he can prove he can, like LeBron could be having a trash game and be getting blown out by 30 and got 15 points at the beginning of the fourth. But he put up 15 in the fourth to end with 30, even though they still kept getting blown out. Oh, he did his part. What you want him to do? He put up 30. Yes. See, that's what y'all do. And he had a terrible first 3 quarters, turning it over and everything.
3 more likes. Let's get to 60.
As long as he was clutch at the end, it's all good. No glue. We'll do arts and crafts this evening, okay? Well, anyway, man, let me get out of here, man. I got to get ready to make sure these babies aren't ignorant in life.
Hey, we still got to talk, man. So let me know when
Absolutely.
you can chat today, big guy. I love you, brother. Thank you for coming on. And I know the crew is ready and excited to see you take over the morning show for a little bit. It'll be fun.
I'm excited to do it, man. I'll see y'all soon. Peace, and I'll be live later, man.
All right, sounds good, bro.
All right.
Big shout out to TD Phins Talk coming on the morning show, doing his thing. It was definitely a good time this morning. I hope you all had a good time this morning. I know I did. Again, I want to give a big shout out to the people that won this morning. Marcus J won first place. A-Rod won second. Rob G won third. Great one, DeVore. M. DolFAN and Marcus J are 4th, 5th, and 6th. This morning, guys, we had a goal this morning. We didn't quite hit it, but that's okay. We'll do it again tomorrow. Monday's likes was 100 likes and 25 single donations. I think we had 3 donations this morning. The week's goal was 100. Last week we had 94 single donations. So the goal was to try to stay on, but when TD got on, there was no stopping him. So we stayed on anyway for you guys, the fans. So make sure you guys support the channel. That definitely helps us out, helps the channel grow. And just so you know, you'll be entered to win a Pick Your DWA Swag giveaway by donating to the show. You can donate through the Super Chat Live or donate through the Cash App at StephenDSKPL or PayPal, Stephen D Report. Even the littlest helps. If you do donate $5 or more, it'll go towards the raffle and the giveaway. So yeah, let's make that happen. Let's do it. And A-Rod, how do we get the prizes? I'm going to reach out to you either later on this afternoon or tomorrow. If you want to email me, we can definitely do that too. I'll put my email in here and you guys can email me. Okay. And we'll go from there. But yeah, we'll definitely make sure that we can do it. How can we listen to you in the afternoons? You know what? Real quick, that's a great thing.
Don't forget, folks, tonight we got a new show. And fans, you know, they support the team. They buy the jerseys and the tickets, but they never get the love they deserve on sports radio. OnsideRadio.com changes that with Miami sports music for the fans. It's the show driven by Stephen D, representing Miami sports fans around the world. Tune in every night from 6 to 7 p.m. as Stephen D and fans around the world drive the talk about your favorite sports, South Florida sports team. OnsideRadio.com, dedicated to the Miami sports fan. So we're doing something a little different. It's a fan-driven type show, so it should be interesting. And Steven's going to be talking to a lot of fans that are kind of, they're big in their own way, pretty much, in the fan community. You know, that kind of stuff. So I like that. Hey, listen, man, sports radio is changing and evolving. And from podcasts to blogs to vlogs to all kinds of things, it's kind of changed the way sports are covered. And so we're watching all of that, and it's not just media, but fan-driven websites have grown too. And those folks never get a say in all of this. So I figured we'd try to put something together. I try to encourage those of you to listen on at 6 o'clock tonight, right after Alex Dono, to the new show, and we'll have some fun. It is called, let me get it right, Miami Sports Music for the Fans. And it's kind of a play on words. It's not music. It's, you know, it's Miami sports music. In other words, it's kind of like the tune that most fans want to hear. They want to hear about their own teams. That's kind of what they're doing. So, good job there by Steven, and I think it's going to be a fun show. I'm excited for them. I really am.
Guys, make sure you check me out at Onside Radio, 6 to 7 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. Super excited. Big O and Onside Radio, big supporter of Miami sports music, and you, the fan. So look, you know, he's trying to do something different and is allowing us his platform to be able to promote that. So that's really great. Let's do it. Here's how you guys can, you know, really help me out with that. Go download all the podcast episodes wherever you get podcasts from, Spotify, Podbean, wherever. You know, that's how you help me on the afternoon show, is downloading the podcast, because that's what they want to see. They want to see the download. So do me a favor after you get off here, go download for the Miami Sports Music for the Fans, and download all the episodes from it. It's on an older channel, like the older link. So make sure you guys do that. So that's definitely a big deal. I want to remind everybody, as far as if you donated $5 or more, you'll be entered to win to pick your DWA swag giveaway. And I want to give a big shout out one last time, just because I see D-Dub up here. D-Dub and Rob G. Rob G donated the most money this past week. And D-Dub had the highest total number of entries. So look, I really appreciate all the you know, the donations. It definitely helps. Cisco says, Steven, you're the truth, bro. Thanks for giving us Dolphin Sports Talk Show in the morning. You already know that I can't stand ESPN or Fox Sports. I love it. I love it. I appreciate it, big guy. NorCal says, Big O's the first sports talk show host to let the fan have a voice. I appreciate that. Big shout out to him. Phins says you shouldn't let MJ fans come in and educate LeBron ears. I don't deny you on that. We got the 60 likes. We were 40 away from our goal. We only had 3 donations this morning. That's all right. We're going to get up. We're going to do it again tomorrow. It's going to be a big deal. Tomorrow, I want you guys to remember we do have a big show coming up on Wednesday. Richmond Webb. That's right. You heard it right. Richmond Webb will be the morning show guest with me on Wednesday. So I'm super excited about that. Please do not miss that show on Wednesday. Richmond Webb with me Wednesday morning, 8:30 to 10. It's going to be a good time. What I really need you guys to do is promote that and share it. And it's going to be awesome. Marcus J said you tapped us out, Stephen D. That's all right, bro. That's all right. NorCal says 60 likes during the broadcast is really good. Keep doing what you're doing, Miami Sports Music. Stephen D. Hey, look, we're all about goals here. And sometimes we come up short with our goals. But you know what goal we always hit? We're a family. That's right. And we're always together and we have each other's back. So look, I really appreciate the love. It's absolutely amazing. Rob said I had to give a loan, so I'm all a little tight this week. I love it, guys. I absolutely love it. I didn't know Rob G beat me with the most, so I'll have to donate before you go. Shout out to Saxman J. Will being entered into the Pick Your Swag giveaway. I appreciate it, Saxman. Really, 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 really appreciate it. Thanks for letting Stephen clock block us, Mrs. Daniels. I love it. That's what I'm trying to do every morning, man. I'm trying to clock block you guys from that alarm clock or going to work or being productive. I want you guys to have a place where you can just relax, let go, let loose, and be good. So, yeah, super excited. Yeah, you better know that. LOL. You guys are great. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you for the show. Nope. Thank you for watching and listening and being supportive. Again, thank you. Shout out to Saxman J. Will for the $5 donation at the end. Always doing your thing, bro. Rob G, love you, Sax. Hit that like, family. Support the homie. Yeah, hey, guys, this is an algorithm thing. So you guys really want to help? I need you guys to share this even after it's over. Guys, when you go on social media, hey, guys, go check out this really awesome debate that TD Phins Talk said about, Stephen D and being a LeBron or whatever. That's how you guys help is there's a lot of different moving parts to this thing, as I said last week. And part of it is you guys helping the show grow by sharing and liking and telling everybody about it. So that one day we go from 32 people watching to 132 and then 1,032 and then 3,200. That's how we're going to do this. So let's grow this thing together. Let's see this thing become bigger than we all think it can be. Not that I think, I know it can be. So, and why I know that is because if you guys are here, there's probably more of you guys out there. And so we just got to find them. So it's just a matter of that. Steven, catch you later, bro. Catch all my FINLAWS tomorrow. Make sure you check out the afternoon show, Marcus. Rob G, I shared as soon as you got on. Awesome. Love it. All right, guys. Make sure you guys go do that. Love you guys. Be good. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you follow me at the top there. Go follow me on social media at StephenDSKPL. Also, on social media, Facebook or preferably Twitter, use the hashtag Dolphin Chat. Use the hashtag Clock Blockers. I want to know why are OTAs so important? We can definitely make that happen. We could definitely talk about it on Twitter. So use the hashtag Dolphin Chat, hashtag Clock Blockers on why you think OTAs are so important. Music. I just put it in there, Rob. So you should be good to go. All right, y'all be good. Make sure you use the hashtags. Hit me up on Twitter. Follow me. Go do whatever you need to do. Most importantly, tell everybody that you're close to, that you love them, and that you're there for them, and spread an act of kindness. Love you guys. Be good. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.